Good evening, fellow heretics, if there's even anybody watching right now. Welcome to today's Q&A. We usually have on Thursdays, but we had to reschedule it for reasons. But we're here now, and we're going to have fun. So if you're here and you're in the comments and you're in our lives, the 20 of you in there, ask some questions, and we'll do our best to answer them.
I should put that in front of you.
It should be a fun time. I'm trying to pull this up now so I can see the YouTube chat.
You should put it in. It's not a real live stream if you don't drop the phone.
I should definitely not do that. It is a requirement to drop your phone at least once. Do y'all prefer like seeing like that, or do you want to like see the screen?
No, I meant so that you can see it.
Yes. Oh, so I can see
you can actually look at what the comments are.
like in front of me.
Yeah,
because
in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, I bet we could duel live on. Well, no, that wouldn't work.
We tried that, didn't we?
Yeah, and
Yeah, my problem is that
It ended up being
like if we muted the audio on the
today.
phones, which we don't need anyway. But the issue is that so people can hear your part of the conversation on my live because I have it right in front of my
So do
in front of my phone.
Yeah.
So
Jehovah's Witnesses, they take an extremely unnecessarily literal interpretation. They think they have the one true translation, and they absolutely do not. They just have picked different manuscripts in certain places, which they think makes them special, but it doesn't. Actually, their Bible's actually more inaccurate than accurate's a hard word to use in this topic, but yeah. Thoughts on capitalism? I'm not a fan.
Well, we can get into some politics. I don't know.
Dude, I had somebody today. I made a video responding to that guy who had dramatic music in his hoodie, and he sat up, and the caption was "It's time to awaken the other wolves" or some shit. Someone responded to that and stitched it, and he was like, "I'm an atheist, but you're fucking stupid." Like he literally called me a leftist socialist Nazi, and I was like, I didn't even mention my political leanings in that video. I was just roasting the guy, but I'm because I'm not a fan of Trump or his groupies. I'm a Nazi. Hate to tell you. Is anyone gonna tell me? And then you removed it and respond.
I had a post like a week and a half ago that was like that leftists, the farther left you go, you get your guns back. That leftists aren't unarmed, right? So I had somebody in that's like, of course leftists are unarmed. Did they give their guns back in Nazi Germany or, Joseph Stalin? And I was like, what? Okay. You're confusing economics with politics and you don't know either of them. So there's that. And it's like fucking Stalin and Nazi Germany were far right. They weren't leftists. They were hardcore nationalists. They were conservatives. They were traditionalists, right? It's like that's the big thing. It's like, oh, Stalin was an atheist. It's like, that's not the go-to example for what atheism is.
Yeah.
There are plenty. I hate to break it to people, but there are plenty of Christian or otherwise religious groups or peoples that were fucking evil. Nazi Germany was majority Protestant, majority Catholic. I think they were majority Protestant, but they had support for the Catholics, and then the Catholic Church did not denounce the Holocaust. So
the Q&A is pretty much about anything. Right now we're talking politicals. The verse about Jesus straddling two donkeys, is that the one where they rode him into the... It wasn't straddling two donkeys. Or am I thinking of something else? That was the verse that they did specifically to fulfill the prophecy. And it actually even says, hilariously, this was done to fulfill the prophecy. Which is hilarious. And they're like, he fulfilled so many prophecies. And like, no, they fulfilled the prophecies by doing what the prophecy said.
I just did a dumb. Max brought me a second drink because this one's almost done, and I picked that one up and tried to put it to my face, and it wasn't open. So,
dude, a Mike's Hard sounds so good right now. I've had 3 beers today, and all I want is a Seagram's or some fruity shit.
These are pomegranate blueberry seasonal ones.
Oh shit! I don't think I've had that one.
They're delicious. Oh my god.
The Pope actually supported Hitler. Yeah.
Yeah, like there was a point where they denounced him, but it was like in 1944 or some shit. And while Nazi Germany was committing Holocaust of the Jews in Europe, the Roman Catholics, and I feel like it was the Kurds, I don't remember, but they, like, the Catholic Church led their own Holocaust of a different group of people during that time. And then, like, they also adopted, like, Jewish babies and Jewish children that, like, their parents had died or had been taken, but they were still there. And there's a story of a rabbi who would go into these churches and find Jewish orphans by singing, like, prayer songs that they would have known from an early age. And it's like, these children are Jewish, they're coming with me, which is kind of cool. I mean, like, it's cool that he saved them from essentially kidnapping and like an ethnic or rather a cultural, Holocaust, insofar as, like, adopting Jewish babies and converting them to Catholicism. But on the other hand, like, that it's, I mean, you could call it cultural tradition, but I feel like that's indoctrination, that they, even at a young age, even having been separated from their church and their people for however long, still knew those songs. It's like, I don't know. That's a gray area for me.
Yeah. Thoughts on Satanism? I jokingly call them Satanists spicy atheists. They're just atheists that are part of an organization, the Satanic Temple, and they're a little bit more proactive, I guess, in getting legislation passed than maybe some other atheist groups. Yeah, they're spicy, maybe flamboyant atheists. I love them, though. I have a bunch of atheist friends.
Yep. This Sunday. Is it this Sunday? It's the 9th, Nat? Yeah, I can't access the thing on my live Zoom.
She's booked for Jeff.
Oh, she's booked for Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff stole Nat.
What? Bitch.
Whoops. Well, I mean, I think that's your fault, because it was like 2 weeks ago, and you were like, Nat's coming on Sunday. I was like,
I asked her. She told me it was good. What do you mean no one told you, Nat? I will show you the DMs. I don't know. I'm sure it was probably my fuck up. It's usually my fault. So yeah, we'll have to pull a guest out of our ass real quick.
I'm not saying the double booking was your fault, but, like, no, it's just kind of a funny situation.
Well, she was supposed to go on Jeff's show last week, and she wasn't able to. So
just show me the DMs. You messaged me, and I told you, because it was like, it was supposed to be Kevin, and then Kevin never got back to us because he had agreed to do the 25th, I think, and then just wasn't talking to us, and so we were like, we had to put somebody else in. So we moved, because we couldn't, like, because we missed Boff and Lilith, we just moved them to the 25th because Kevin couldn't do it. And then it was Atheist Jesus and I think it is Nat. I think it's supposed to be Nat on the 9th, and then we had somebody lined up for the 16th, and then the 23rd is Thinking Christian.
No, Thinking Christian's the 16th. There's nobody on the 23rd.
No, because I messaged you about that, and I said that we had somebody that we had forgotten on the 6th. Oh, it's the Real Old Scratch. The Real Old Scratch is the 16th.
Yeah. He's
Thinking Christian's the 23rd.
Okay, well then we'll just have to. Damn, well then that gets pushed back like another month.
Unless she could do Sunday, I don't know. When's Jeff's show?
Tell Jeff to go fuck himself. Tell Jeff. You go tell Jeff to go sex his own body. You're coming on my show. No, I'm kidding. All right, yeah, we'll talk more about that, I guess, and figure that out. We'll have to pull a guest out of our ass somehow, I guess. Sunday is Mother's Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do people have so much hope in religion? Because it gives them all of the answers without them even having to ask them. It's easy. It appeals to the intellectually lazy. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm talking about live.
Oh, you're fine. I do that too.
We got any questions?
Yeah, where are the questions at? We're not getting very many.
You have tons of questions in your live.
Tell
I
you
will
what.
tell Jeff to fuck off.
You have tons of
Are
questions in
you
your live.
excited
Oh,
about
you do?
the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game? Supposed to come out soon. I don't know when. They're probably going to announce it at E3. Yeah,
No.
they did a sequel to, and it's not like the new style, which I'm not a big fan of because I'm a curmudgeonly old man. It's kind of like Scott Pilgrim versus the World style. It's like a direct sequel to like Turtles in Time. So it's not pixel art, but it is a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
What? Okay. Are you excited about the Metal Gear Solid remake?
I have yet to hear of a Metal Gear Solid remake. Is it a remake of the first one or what?
Yeah, it's a remake of the first one, like a third, because they already remade it once. They're remaking it again. Yeah.
What? You know what pisses me off about it? Hold on. No. What?
Did become
It's going to be a full remake, not a remaster. So it's not like Twin Snakes. Twin Snakes just took those polygons and straightened them out and cleaned them up. Apparently, what? Several Metal Gear Solid remakes in development. I want to replay Metal Gear Solid 4 real fucking bad. And it's like 2 and 3.
That was one of the best
I can
ones.
play on that Vita. 4, I can't play unless I get another PlayStation 3. So it's like, fuck me, that's awesome, Colin.
Were I ever a Christian, and did I? What strayed me away from it? I was a very hardcore Christian for about 15 years, and I got a degree in biblical theology, and that's why I left, because I learned exactly where the Bible came from and what it teaches, and learned that everything the church had told me for the past 10 so years was a lie. So I stopped believing it. Did become an atheist change my personality? A little bit. I may be more cynical, but also more... Also more laid back. Less judgmental too. Like overall, I'm a much better person. Not that I was a bad person as a Christian. I was just, dumb.
Sorry, I'm quiet. I've looked up the information about.
Yeah, I haven't done like a deep dive into it. I've just heard like the rumors. And like some bit about how they're doing it without Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, it's like another leak claims that a brand new Metal Gear Solid collection is in the works, which would make Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of Patriots, which is currently a pure PlayStation 3 exclusive, would be making the jump to new platforms.
That would be amazing.
Please, because they did the Legacy collection for PS3 that was everything up to that point to include Metal Gear Solid 4. And the thing about 4, and this was my very first TikTok video like 6-7 months ago, maybe longer, was about how pissed off I was that Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid had Twin Snakes, Metal Gear Solid 2 had Subsistence, 3 had Substance, and 5 had the definitive experience that combined Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain. But 4 never got a re-release. So it's like just a port even. You don't have to add anything extra. Just put it on the PlayStation 4.
Is the NIV Editor's Notes edition legit? I would have to look at them specifically, but usually Editor's Notes are. For those who don't know, in a Bible, it will have Editor's Notes at the bottom of the page, and they will usually read like some manuscripts say this instead of that, and so it's just like a weird attempt to be more transparent about it. But it just goes to show that like every translation is. Like they had to hand pick which manuscripts they wanted to use. That's why we have so many different translations, because the manuscripts vary so much. I'm so hort.
Hot.
Thank you. I mean,
I just
but that's still dependent on the bias of the translator compiler, right? So most people doing that work are Christians, and then it's like there's all manner of words and phrases that in the original language don't mean what they claim that they mean. So I would say that they're trying their best, but within the scope that they want it to conform to the beliefs that are set.
Yeah. Like there's certain words, because those who don't know, I took Greek. I learned how to read, write, and translate ancient Greek. Can't do it anymore because it's a very perishable skill and I didn't stay on top of it. But you learn things like the word love. In Greek, there's 3 words for love. There's eros, phileo, and I agape. Agape is the unconditional love that God has for us. Eros is the erotic, where we get the word erotic from, sexual love. Phileo is like a brotherly love. So in the scripture where was it Peter that asked Jesus, or no, Jesus asked Peter, or was it John? Whatever. Jesus asks him, or Peter, do you love me? And he says, Lord, you know I love you. He's like, well, then go feed my sheep. And then he says that 3 times. But it's actually saying, like, God, do you Peter, do you agape me? And he goes, well, I phileo you. So it's using different terms there. It's kind of how like Eskimos have 10 different words for snow. Like we'll have an adjective attached to it. Like it's a dry snow, it's a powdery snow, it's a slushy snow. Like Eskimos have like 10 different words for each type of snow. It's kind of like that. Another example is when they took Jesus up into the boat after he walked on the water, they said they bowed down and worshipped him. The word they use worship is prosteros. That's where we get the word prostrate from. And it's the same way that a king, or that you would bow before a king, or you would worship a king, or not worship. You would bow before and honor a king. But the understanding that we have worship, we attribute it to worshiping a god, but that's not what that word means in the original language. It just means like bow down to. So yeah, the words are very different to them than they are to us. Prokishno, yes. Prokishueno. Prokishno. It's crazy to have someone in my life who knew what that was. Unless you just looked it up. Probably not. That was too quick. Yeah.
You got recognized the other day.
Oh, yeah, in person. Yeah, that was weird as shit.
I've only had people who actually know me in real life, like knew me from high school. So I can't imagine a stranger walking up and like, hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not from here. I don't know anybody here. I don't have any friends here. So yeah, if those didn't know, I was at my kid's soccer game, and this guy walks up and he's like, "Hey, are you Captain Dadpool from TikTok?" I was like, "Maybe." Who's asking? And he was like, "Dude, I've seen all your videos." And I was like, "Are you here to kill me?"
Oh, he called you Dadpool and not Badfool, so he's not.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Fucking pointless thorns assassins.
That
I wouldn't put it past that guy. That guy's such a douche. I hate him so much. He is the epitome of everything that I hate in Christianity. He really, truly is. He's loud. He's obnoxious. He doesn't know anything.
And he looks like a reptile in human skin. Like
he looks evil.
He's wearing a skin
his
suit.
face screams just evil to me.
Yeah. Hello, Dustin. Dustin said he'll come on the show Sunday. I'm sure you will.
Vinny, we miss you.
Hey.
It's
true. Thoughts on purgatory? The idea of purgatory came from sort of apocalyptic views on Judgment Day. So the ancient Jews believed. They didn't believe in heaven and hell. They didn't believe in an afterlife. They believed in a day of coming, or a day of judgment, where God would bring his kingdom on the earth. That was what was originally taught in ancient Judaism. There was no heaven or hell or even afterlife. Purgatory was sort of came from that idea where when you died, you went to like a place of holding until Judgment Day. And then when heaven and hell kind of came about, that idea kind of remained in like a residual, theologies. And they kind of, adapted it to their own. Can we see a kitten? You can absolutely see a kitten. I just so happen to have a desk kitten right here.
Kitty cat.
Oh, that's the guy who came up with the soccer games in here. He's in my live. Kitty.
He's in your live?
Kitty. Yeah, he's in my live. He's like, that was me. I was the guy at the soccer game.
That's creepy.
It's like, yeah, like.
So
I told him, I was like, yeah, you got kids, you bring your family over, I'll have you for dinner or something. We don't have any friends. Not that I want friends particularly, but I'm open to the idea, I guess.
Breeson wants to know about like relations between Israel and Palestine. Dude, you can pretty much ignore anything evangelicals say.
Yeah.
They're ignorant of their own fucking dogma. They don't know shit. Just the fact that they have mega churches is counter to everything that Christ preached. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, was that Breezen's question?
Yeah. Well, I can never say. Is it evangelicals? I can never fucking say that word right the first time.
Evangelicals.
Evangelicals.
Just think evangelion.
Evangelists, because I've heard evangelist. So is it evangelicals?
Evangelical, yeah.
I don't. It's a dumb fucking word for dumb fucking people. Anyway.
Fair enough.
Sorry. No, the question was more in depth than that, but it's, I don't really want to get into Israel, Palestine.
I'll let you know, Dustin, if we can't find someone else.
I don't.
Favorite game of all time? I always have a hard time answering that when there's so many to pick from.
I can give you like a top 5 list.
Yeah.
Terra Enigma, Metal Gear Solid 3, which is the best Metal Gear. I'll fight anyone. Fallout 3, probably Stardew Valley more than Harvest Moon, actually, just because it has so much fucking content. And then, I don't know, maybe Super Mario RPG. That one's underrated. That needs more screen time.
Underrated games ever. I had to say, like, shoot from the hip answers, Super Smash Brothers, or Skyrim. Like, those are the 2 games I've spent more time on in my life than any other game, probably by a long shot. Actually, yeah, by a long shot.
I think I probably played more Skyrim than Fallout 3, but that's just because Fallout 3 is a smaller game. There's not as much content in it. But I think I had more fun playing Fallout 3, so that's where I'm putting that. The most fun I've ever had playing a video game, period, is actually Assassin's Creed 3's DLC, The Tyranny of King Washington. That shit was amazing. Like the storyline, I don't really give a shit, but the gameplay itself, which is why it's not in my top list, but it was,
Metal Gear Solid's in my list. I liked Snake Eater, but it wasn't my favorite. I think I like 4 better than 3, but it's close. I hated 2. 0, not a fan. 5, so 1, 3, and 4 were definitely the best ones in that series. I keep wanting to put Ocarina of Time, and Zelda, yeah.
You can see Zelda on my fucking shelf right now, and I don't think Zelda makes the top 10 list.
I got this thing. It's got like 2,400 games in it, and Ocarina of Time is on it, but you can't save. Like I made it all through the Dooku tree, beat the boss and everything, saved periodically, and then it was gone. The file was gone, and I tried to do it again, and I'd like try to fuck around, see if I wasn't saving right or something. I was. It's just the save files just don't save for some reasons. I was so mad because I was so excited to play it again.
I want to get these set up and done tonight, if not tomorrow. I did look into it, and apparently Nintendo 64 emulation on the Vita is garbage. It exists, but it's really bad. You can set it up. If your computer was made after like 1997, you can probably emulate. Project 64 is the emulator, and then finding the ROMs is harder, but that's the illegal part. So
I never really got into Halo. Like I played it, but it just didn't grab me the way it seemed to grab everywhere. I feel the same way about like Call of Duty though too. Like everyone's obsessed with it. I'm not the biggest fan.
Biddy Buddha said the only video game she's ever played was Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball.
Yeah, but you need to expand your horizons a little bit there. That's a pretty low bar.
Kingdom Hearts is actually Max's favorite game series, just about, I think. Somebody asked about that in the chat too.
What's her favorite? GoldenEye. Oh yeah, GoldenEye's classic. Star Fox, yeah. I'm really sad that Star Fox. I was a huge Star Fox fan, but that series just kind of like they gave up on it. The past couple games they made weren't very good, and they just kind of stopped giving a shit.
I think they took, because that kind of flight simulator style of game really sort of died out in the 90s even, and they took it and they tried to make it into an adventure game like they did with like Metroid Prime as opposed to a platformer, and I don't think either of them really worked. I know Metroid Prime's got a large fan base, but there's a reason they haven't made anything for the Wii, you know?
I liked Star Fox Adventure, but I seem to be in the minority with that, but I really liked that game. But
I feel like Nintendo only really does Mario shit anymore.
Yeah. They're pretty stingy with their stuff. I like the nerdier segment we're doing.
Oh, just like fuck theology for a day. Let's just talk about some nerdy shit.
Yeah, for real. Sometimes it's nice to have that break because we talk about it so much.
I really want to play the new Pokemon Snap. I legitimately loved that game as a kid.
I heard about that.
I played Sword. I haven't done the DLC for it yet, but I did play Sword. I want to go in and do the DLC, and I want to play Pokemon Snap. But it's like I've got like 2 other things that I'm doing right now that I want to. I'm such a perfectionist that I have to fucking get all the achievements on them before I move on to anything else. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and I've got like I haven't played the first new Spider-Man game, let alone Miles Morales. I never beat The Last of Us 2, which wasn't really catching my attention.
I was super excited about The Last of Us 2, but never got to it because
Nat says she can come on right now. She said she's obviously free.
Fuck
you want to come talk nerdy shit with us instead of theology? Nobody's asking any questions.
Yeah,
I did see that Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance was getting re-released today. My brothers actually sent me a thing about that. Fuck.
Final Fantasy VII Remake,
The new Pokemon Snap is on the Switch. It's not AR, though. No, but it's really good looking.
I think they just brought out a trailer for the next installment of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
They didn't. They didn't. You know what they did? They're releasing a re-release of Part 1, and it has like a little bit of extra content.
Oh, those cunt nuggets. God damn.
It's fucking Square Enix. How long did it take them to put out fucking Kingdom Hearts 3? Like 7 goddamn years?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to play it. I did play it because I had to, because it's fucking Final Fantasy 7. But I didn't want to play it. And it's just like, I knew it. When I started, I knew it. I'm like, Part 3 is not coming out until 2030, and I might be dead by then. So
Pyro is good too.
Square Enix.
Yeah, the Resident Evil remakes are really Resident Evil might be doing their remakes better than fucking anybody. Like they're fucking phenomenal. I just bought Village prior to this stream. I was expecting it to take all night to download on Steam, and it finished downloading right before we started the show, and I was like, no, I want to play it now. It looks really good. I did not like Resident Evil 7. That was terrible.
Yeah, I think they're trying to go back to their roots as actual survival horror, because 5 and 6 and even 4 to an extent weren't survival horror. It was monsters as cannon fodder, and you have, if you're playing the game smart, you have an infinite amount of weapons and ammo and equipment at your disposal, plus the upgrades. So they went from survival horror to shooting fish in a barrel, and they're trying to go back to making the games actually scary, because I don't think there was a single moment in 4, 5, or 6 that scared me.
No.
That's a lie. The fucking cockroach demon things in Resident Evil 5, those scared the shit out of me. That's about the only thing in any of those games I can think of off the top of my head that were legitimately scary.
Oh, what scared the shit out of me in 4 was the things that they had parasites on them. You can only see with the infrared scope, and you had to. Otherwise, they were just bullet sponges. It was so hard to kill without actually doing that. And it was often in a small room, and you had to get far away enough from it. Yeah, those things scared the shit out of me. But yeah, now in Village, which I just downloaded, like I just said, they have a stalker that. I forget her name, the big, huge woman, and she stalks you throughout the whole thing, like Nemesis did in 3.
They
So,
did
like,
I do kind of want to play the remake of Resident Evil 2. And I think, didn't they do one for 1, 2, or
yeah, they did
was
1,
the
2,
one
and
that they
3.
did for 1 still had fixed camera angles though, or some shit? Like it was a remake. Like they redid it, but they kept like those god awful camera angles for whatever reason.
Gaming with Dad.
You
I
know
would
what
love
I'm
to
talking
do a Twitch stream. Yeah. I can't remember what it was when I played, if it was fixed angle or not.
My brothers and I do well, like we don't stream to Twitch, but we're on Discord and we'll watch my brother do something and then we'll just like commentate, and it's fucking hilarious. I'm like, we should record these because they're really goddamn funny.
Hey, Mama Bear.
So like we hopped on when my brother Jack was doing like arenas in Doom Eternal, and my brother Joey and I just pretended to be like fucking ESPN announcers. Like, oh, he just ripped that man's head off through his anus. That's gotta hurt, Jim. Well, he's dead, Bob. Thank you for stating the obvious. Fuck you, Jim. I slept with your wife last night. Well, she's dead, Bob, so that's not surprising. Just like back and forth for like an hour and a half, just doing those fucking voices and saying some shit that probably would get the stream taken down, but it was really goddamn funny.
We're playing Cards Against Humanity again. I don't know.
That would be fun.
That was fun.
I brought that up with I think it might have been Biddy. Who was I talking to? I was telling somebody, I was like, I want to do that again, where we had like a bunch of creators on. We had Tyler and I think Red Tyler and Tyler Rickshaw, so 2 Tylers. But no, and a couple other people, and we did Cards Against Humanity. We should do that with like Among Us, because I haven't played since the patch, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
I still haven't played Among Us.
Oh,
I need to.
It's fun.
I need to. My oldest is. All my kids are obsessed with it, but especially my oldest. So I need to do it so I can, stay relevant. All of us awesome people. Yes, all of us. I missed out on gaming because I was in a bubble. Yeah, that's really sad. Missed out on so much. Oh man. My live is not getting a lot of attention. I only have
You're not talking about the Bible. You're talking about nerds and games.
That's true.
But it's nerds and heresy.
Everyone's leaving. Yeah, we do both. Sometimes
TikTok doesn't care.
Sometimes we lean more towards one way or the other. Yeah.
Well, shit. I don't know. Let's go back on track. We both have this book now. I had it on EPUB, but I wanted the physical copy of it. And Jacob Rubinowitz is one of my favorite like actual biblical scholars, in that he acknowledges the polytheistic roots and dives deep into that, whereas others tend to ignore it to favor church interpretations, right?
Yeah. But he takes a strictly like historical, disinterested approach. Yeah, there's some really good stuff in here. I like the Old Testament gods and the polytheistic. And parallels that the Bible takes, like Jesus calming the storms is a shout out to Yahweh being the sun god or the storm god of Canaanite mythology or Sumerian mythology. Yeah, words. Yeah, it's pretty good. I've got like 9 books that I'm reading like at the same time. I could talk anime.
Did you change your server name to Dadpool's Digs?
I did.
Dylan's.
Dylan 8.
Delays.
Oh, that's right. Delays did that. I forget when and why, but there was a reason at the time.
It was your first Tuesday night Discord.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. Oh. So we started going on Discord Tuesdays, and we have a like just the group to like hang out. Like we have a Skype chat with like the I guess some of the main people in the atheist community. But everybody's can come. It's just like it's a day that we're like, hey, come hang out. So y'all
You're
can just
doing
like
that
chat.
on your channel or on your server, right?
Yeah, on Tuesdays at 9. So it's just a way for us to be like, hey, how's your day going? We just kind of shoot shit for a couple hours. It's fun. It's nice.
That's what's up. Dustin is doing some kind of thing. Oh, there you are. I guess he's live right now talking about our D&D game. I meant to do 2 videos last week just regarding how we've been playing. I wanted to do one just on the unfortunate life and death of fucking Langtragoza Cyanrath, who was apparently drunk in both fights that he was in and didn't get to hit anyone. And then I wanted to do one on how Axis Sterling has now killed 9 people by being mean to them.
Yeah, with a...
And it's like that last one, I was like, I held the fucking dice tray up and I rolled so that like y'all could see I wasn't fucking around. And I was like, it's not gonna. I was even thinking, I was like, it's not gonna fumble, and it fucking fumbled. Oh, that shit was funny.
Talk anime. We can talk anime. Most recently, I watched Demon Hunter. I really want to see the movie, but that's a really fucking good anime.
I need to. I want to. There's so much. There's so much. That's like, I'm so behind.
There's only like what 2 seasons out, so it's not. It doesn't take long to get through. But it's really good.
You say that about like that, but then there's also fucking Seven Deadly Sins.
Demon Slayer.
Seven Deadly Sins has
that one has like
seasons, and I haven't seen the second season yet either. I started. There's 2 that I started that are on like Crunchyroll that I have set up, or maybe they're on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I can't get back to it. I haven't even finished fucking Supernatural, and I've got that shit tattooed on me. I just don't have. Who has time to sit down and watch like actual full shows? Nat's waiting to be tagged in. I can see her. She's at the bottom of the stream. I don't know what it looks like when you're a guest and not the person running it. Tag her in.
There's 5 seasons of Seven Deadly Sins.
Blinded myself.
Are there 5 seasons?
Yeah, I thought that sounded off. Of 7 Deadly Sins. Yeah.
Are you serious? Oh yeah, I'm way behind then. I saw like 2 episodes the first season, so.
Oh, you gotta keep watching. It gets so much better.
I got distracted.
Am I high?
I don't know.
You must. There's only 2 seasons of Demon Slayer.
Come on, allow me to crack open a cold one with the boys.
Do it.
Hell yeah. No, I only remember. I thought it was only 1 season at a certain point, and it like.
My day is good.
Yeah, there were a shitload of episodes in the first season. There were 25 episodes, and it ended with like the whole fucking Hendrickson doing the thing, demonic powers, yada yada. So when did season 2 come out?
Dr. Stone is good.
Oh shit. Well, okay, but how many of them are in English though?
They're all in English. They're all Netflix.
Are they American made?
I think it's a Netflix original, but that doesn't mean
Netflix
it's
original.
American made.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, since we did favorite video games, let's do favorite animes.
Oh Lord.
Which is an equally hard question to answer.
It's easy.
Great
for
Teacher
me.
Onizuka, always and forever.
Really?
Fucking love that show.
I've only ever seen Miyazaki films, so that's my anime experience.
So I feel like we need to do like either shows versus movies. Like for me, like movie would probably be like Princess Mononoke.
That's a good one.
Same. I want to get the tree spirits tattooed right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I love those little clicky head dudes.
I just think they'd be really cute.
Tree spirits.
If they made it look almost 3D, so that if you're looking at me from the front, you can see them the way they're supposed to be, but like from another angle, they'd be kind of fucked up. I'd be okay with that as long as from one angle it looks like they were just sitting there.
Would it be really fucked up to say that I really like them because they look like rocks?
That would be typical. I would not expect anything else from you, Nat.
Trigun's pretty fucking great. Trigun has, I think, and I'm about to say this after having said that Great Teacher Onizuka was my favorite. Trigun has a few too many of like the anime tropes in it. That it's like checking boxes, you know.
I'd have to rewatch it. But
I would say that like one of the reasons why I like Onizuka is that for the most part, it's almost realistic, right? that it's just a regular dude, although grant you like an Ubermensch, but a regular dude. And like the craziest thing he does is like he drives cars and motorcycles real well, and he can take a beating. But it's not like my hand turns into a gun. Also, there's a gun in my knee. Sorry.
Avatar: The Last Bender. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a pass on that one.
Okay, so this Avatar was all right. Korra was okay. Fuck, I'm gonna get hate for this one. It doesn't quite deserve as much hype as it gets.
I enjoyed the manga
I agree with that.
better than the actual show.
It's kind of over.
It's also not technically anime.
That gets into the philosophy of cartoons
I say
and
bless
the
you.
styles. So
I saw a
There are
couple
people who think Code Lyoko is anime, and that shit is fucking. I think it's French produced.
Did I watch Invincible? No. I feel like I should know what that is, but I don't.
Invincible.
So what do you want to talk about, Nat? What were we going to have you on for?
You were just on a big excavation thing trip.
Oh no, not a big excavation. I just went
No,
on a
not-
road trip, just like a
Oh, no.
crazy road trip for no apparent reason.
Oh, okay.
I got sick of being at home with the broken leg, and once I got out of the boot, I was very excited to just go and do something. So I went. Yeah, so I just went on a road trip for 3 weeks, all through Texas, New Mexico, and Colorado. So yeah, that's what I was doing.
Oh, Invincible's on Prime.
Yeah, so it's less interesting than it sounds. I just wanted to get out of the house.
Yeah,
so I
that's
went.
boring. Let's change the subject.
Fucked up.
Oh, you want to talk about
Probably
religious
interesting.
trauma? You want to talk about religion? Jump back into that. I have a secret that you guys don't know about, and I actually have not talked about on TikTok yet. I felt like I could do it as an exclusive on your show because I know it's going to pique your interest. Oh yeah. So this person here once lived on what some people would call a convent or a cult.
Yes.
I actually was the nanny for 6 kids on a farm, a sustainable farm, and I was initially drawn to it because it was a sustainable homestead. But the family was religious to a non-disciplinary church that was pretty much evangelical, but bordering on Pentecostal. I was required to wear a dress, have my hair up in a bonnet, and had to do farm chores on a daily basis. So I figured you would enjoy that because I was there for 2 years.
Wow.
And I was constantly trying to convert the children into being little heathens.
Wow.
And they never found out. No, they never found out. It was actually pretty incredible.
You went to the kids and you're like, "Psst, your God's not real."
That's not exactly what I said. I told them that there was a few of them that were going through puberty at the time, and like things were happening. They were interested in boys and stuff like that. And their parents were like, masturbation isn't cool, like just talking about stuff like that. And I looked at them straight and I was like, any feelings that you have are natural, period. And if you have any questions outside of if you have any questions outside of the realm of what you want to talk about to your mom and dad, just come find me. And they did. And we had lots of discussions about sexuality and things like that. So, yeah.
It's a good way to get
sounds like you had it made over there.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think I really did much because all the kids still live with their parents. They're not considered adults until they're 30 years old. So, this was that kind of place.
That's creepy as shit.
It was absolutely creepy as shit.
I feel like that's true in a way. Like most people aren't really adults until they're 30. They think they are, but they're still fucking children.
Well, but I mean, the kids.
I get that. I can buy into that.
They couldn't leave the farm. Like they weren't allowed to leave the farm without one of the parents present.
That's crazy.
Period. Yeah.
That's because they might get unindoctrinated.
What they didn't know is they had the devil in their midst.
Someone does need to make a live action Thundercats. Someone needs to make a live action SWAT Cats movie. That's what fucking needs to happen.
I'm sorry.
Did you see the fucking April Fool's Day joke about that?
No.
Somebody took clips of Brad Pitt from Troy and Vin Diesel from like the XXX movies or something, and did video editing to make them look like Lion-O and Panthro.
Panthro.
What's the other guy's name?
Panthro.
Made them look like the Thundercats and made a fake, like live action Thundercats movie trailer.
Kind of like
I
they
gotta-
did with the Pokemon trailer, like
I gotta
6
look
years
that
ago.
up.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up.
Well, we might be able to put it on. If it's on YouTube, I would imagine we can be like, this is the account. But no,
Do
they
it.
did that. They did another one like a year later that was a fake Legend of Zelda movie. It wasn't live action. It was completely computer generated. But like like the very end of the clip pans up from Link and comes to his face and like zooms in and he opens his mouth to speak and it cut there and it was like everybody was freaking out and it's like, look at when it was posted. Look at the account it's from. Okay, if this was real, it would have come from Nickelodeon. Not Nickelodeon. What the fuck? Sorry, Nintendo.
That came out of nowhere.
My favorite turtle is
Yeah.
Raphael.
I'll post the Thundercat. Well, I'll at least post it in the
Benefit from
chat.
purity culture. Control. That's how they benefit from purity culture. It's all about control.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So fucking weird.
Well,
Yeah.
so I was correct in that there is a fake
Must be.
trailer. I remember it. I saw it. So I'm gonna find that one and post a link in. But apparently, there is a Thundercats film in the works now as of March of 2021.
Bullshit. What?
It's being directed by Adam Wingard, who did Godzilla vs. Kong.
What? What?
He said that it's not gonna. He's vowing that it won't look like the Cats movie that just came out.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't do that. That was a
He
nightmare.
doesn't want to do it
I
live
didn't
action.
even see it, but I didn't want to.
I just saw clips. I watched the original and I thought it was creepy back then.
Wait, like
The original
on
cat.
stage?
Yeah, well, on video of it.
Oh.
Like a VHS tape of it. Yeah. 'Cause-
Well, I mean, imagine being there in Broadway. I mean, you might be sitting on an aisle seat and a cat just comes up behind you and it's like prowling.
yeah.
Oh, bleh.
I don't know how I,
I
feel
was
about
very
that.
disturbed by that. The next
Yeah,
weekend.
apparently there's a
No.
Thundercats movie. Fuck. Okay, so I'm yawning. Ugh.
Sorry, I'm the most boring guest you've had.
I
on the
just do
show.
Thunder-
Or fucking do better. God damn.
Do better.
Do
Okay.
better.
Okay, I'll do better. I got my youth pastor to deconvert while I was one of his students while in school, while in church.
Really?
Mhm.
Tell us that story.
Okay.
Well, the long and short of it, actually, I
I
kind
am
of told
having
the
a good
story
day.
a
Thank
little
you for
bit
joining my
on
live.
Tart, but you're to hear on my. I kind of told a little bit of the story on Tart. They were just for a call-in. They didn't have anybody showing up, so I was like, "Hey, I'll tell this story." But the long and short of it is, I was asking questions, too many questions. I was probably like 9 at the time. I got really into science very early, so I found that most of the people on Tart have actually been an atheist a lot longer than they have. So that was kind of a big surprise for me when I started
yeah.
talking to them. But it was tradition in my family. You know, you go as a group, you go to church, you go to Sunday school, you do their thing. But I started asking questions way too early, and the group was too big, and the kids were actually getting curious. So the pastor pulled me to the side, and I started having one-on-one sessions with him, with his wife, with the assistant pastor, with like the secretary of the church and the youth pastor, about these questions I was asking and how they were Satan whispering in my ear and how I was believing too much of what I was told. And then I would immediately tell them, it's like, well, you're telling me this. No one else is telling me this. So should I
That's
not be
really
listening
ironic,
to you
right?
either? And
Yeah.
yeah, so I started just talking about that. And then my youth pastor literally took me to lunch one day. It was like right after everything was like we'd had our meeting. We watched one of those really cheesy Christian movies. Can't remember. They were like called Rules with like a Z. It was like stupid 90s bullshit. And yeah, we went to like the Chinese place across the street, and he started asking me questions about what I've read. And the next thing I knew is I was telling him about Darwinism. I was telling him how Darwin was Catholic initially and how technically his teachings were associated with the Catholic Church, and it was only like 30, 40 years after he died that the Catholic Church started denouncing him. That Wallace was the first one that actually came up with the theory of natural selection, and how it was just going on and on about what I learned. And next thing I knew, like the next weekend, that youth pastor had quit. Like he was done. He was just out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
He
That was my
made
fault.
it at least 2 decades in life and got talked off the ledge by a 9-year-old.
9 or 10-year-old. I can't remember exactly what year it was. But yeah.
See, we had similar experiences, except they just told me to shut the fuck up.
Oh, they didn't tell me to shut up. It's really hard to tell me to shut up. I'm also ADHD, like to the extreme, like just crazy neurodivergent over here. So
Yeah, I mean, I got kicked out of church after that. So it was like, they told me to
My
shut
mom
up,
was
and
a
I was
pretty
like, that's
prominent
not
member.
very nice.
well, my mom was a pretty prominent member of the church at the time. I mean, it was Methodist, so they're like super lenient on a lot of stuff. They like to be progressive. Oh, I love Captain Dadpool will love this, Ricky. They loved being progressive churches where like they can
open mind, open doors was like their thing.
but
They liked
then
to do.
just logic didn't fit into anything. I've never read the whole Bible. I don't need to read it to know that it was not real.
Yeah.
It like, and I'm totally there's Josh. I'm late. But Captain, make that queen a crown. Wait, which queen? Me? I'm not a queen. No, I have my crown. It's right there. There's horns.
Speaking of which, Nat, I wanted to show you that we found a store in Frederick, Maryland. It was a rock store. Like it was just tons and tons of rocks and fossils, and they had you could buy a rock, and they had a crushing machine that you could crush it. A geode. That's the worst thing.
Yeah.
And like you see what's in it, and like that's what
beautiful.
came out. And for my
Very
life,
pretty.
and I got a trilobite.
Nice. I do too. Right here.
Yep. Trilobite.
Trilobites.
And I got a fish. I'm not waiting to see that.
Oh, I got one too. Hold on.
It's fish.
I got a fish tail. But the thing is, I don't buy these. I always go out and
So
find them.
that looks like you found that one. I just bought mine.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, this one's found in northern Iowa, so Devonian era. It's pretty neat.
See, Max is the rock person, but she doesn't have fossils. She has crystals.
That's the same
Max
thing.
does have
with
crystals.
Rachel.
She has really pretty ones.
Yeah, Rachel's more into rocks than crystals. And like she bought a bunch of those, but I was like, "There's fossils. I could buy these, and they weren't even as expensive as you'd think they were."
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Max makes those amazing pieces of jewelry. I can't do
Little
that.
fire agate, little spiral. It's super cute.
Dustin, which conversation are you wanting me to talk about? There's been a lot. We talk a lot.
Is that a pressure
Show
sharpener?
them I'm not going to show them the teeth, Josh. They don't want to see the teeth.
I do want to see teeth. What?
Oh, I have
Everyone
2
wants
jars.
to see the teeth.
A jar of teeth?
I have 2 jars of teeth. Yeah.
2 jars. Well, show.
Hold on.
You can't just not. You can't say that and then be like, "Oh no, nobody wants to see that."
Is this like a Steve Martin from the Little Shop of Horrors thing?
No, they're all different
Oh,
species.
Cool.
Well, all
It
right then.
changes colors. And then I have more over here. Yeah, it's so these came in like the what is it? Discovery Channel kits where you like grow crystals and shit. Well, my cousin tried to grow a crystal. She didn't grow it, and I ended up taking a jar from her because she wasn't using it. So they have this little LED light that just changes color. So I just put it in the jar. It makes a nice little cute thing. But yeah, I rabbit. This is deer. I have dog, canine, canis. That is a cat. I have itty bitty ones that are rodents. And then in this jar are my carnivores for the most part. And my teeth. There's a few of my wisdom teeth are in there. I have a boar's tooth. I have some black bear claws. I have an alligator tooth. I have a few other teeth, a few petrified, fossilized teeth. Yeah, there's a lot in here. That's just my jars of teeth. I have lots of weird things. Nerding out.
Of all the things to collect, I think it qualifies. Nerding out about fossils.
It does. So none of the ones in here are actual fossils. These ones are all pretty modern, like 2,000 years and younger. And you come across them when you're in my field. Like, you just do. You'll be digging something and it's like, oh, hey, look, teeth, but they're not human teeth. So anthropologists are like, nah, we don't need them. And I'm like, cool, stick them in my pocket. It's like, I got a tooth now.
Well, all right then. Of all the things to collect, I'm coming back to that.
I mean, I have other things.
Know.
I collect like really old jars and stuff too. Like things that aren't archaeologically sound. Like this is it's cracked. Looks like it's from 1930s.
It might be the coolest gift. Or coolest gift.
Just because I have stuff to show.
I got a gift on my live as I said that, so I was like, she is the coolest gift. God damn it, that's
thank you.
Coolest guest.
Oh, thank you.
Although we've only had 2 guests on here, you and Jeff. As we discussed
Jeff's
earlier,
the one that's kidnapping me on Sunday. I'm sorry.
Look how tiny Max's bottles are.
Oh, they're so sweet.
Itty bitty.
I love them. They're so
Rachel's got
tiny.
some.
I love it. I have little vials too, but they are mostly in my work backpacks. Ugh. My old work backpack.
Colonel Atheist said you should put a little toothless figurine next to them. Next to the jars of your teeth.
I have so many plastic bags. This little toothless figurine. I want to get one of those. I want to get one of those little, not cartoon. What am I thinking of? Stuffed animals that like you're supposed to put baby teeth in, and just have them be all different species of animal, like throughout the smile. It'd be really creepy, but I think it'd be great.
It sounds really fucking creepy. I don't know about that.
I was gonna say the things that make people feel creeped out are not the same things that creep me out. So, are they tiny or do they look that way in your hand?
Oh,
sorry. Talked about.
I never know how to like, because I do. So it's like I did the thing about the pineapple, and I was like, I just have giant hands, and I never know what to hold to like illustrate that fact.
Just like, I mean, a regular beer can.
Smaller in my hand.
I was gonna say this is in my hand. That's about the same size. Let me see the cider boy. Yeah. So your hands. A little bigger than mine.
It's like this is not a standard mason jar. This is bigger than a standard mason jar.
Oh,
I don't know. I palmed a gallon of milk in one video where some dude was threatening me, and I was like, dude, I'm just saying.
It's okay. Normally I can just stand up and people are intimidated.
Are you really particularly tall?
I am 6 foot on flats, so. Yeah. For a woman, I'm pretty tall.
Taller than most people. Look how cute. Is this just the show off weird nerdy shit that we have?
That's
little
so
gnomies.
Cute. They're like little itty bitty. They're like little rock gnome people.
Yeah, very adorable. Put that back over here. I don't know. These sometimes we have more interaction, and so we get more people asking questions. Get on a keto diet? Why don't you get on a suck my dick and fuck off? Block?
Well, so 2 things. One, Dustin wants me to talk about the DM thing, which I will get to. But the second thing, I got a message just now. I'm supposed to show you the interesting gift my dad gave me this past year. He decided he wanted to get me a weapon of some sort while I'm in the woods down Louisiana, right? So, and this is mostly for Dadpool, but he thought he ordered me like a machete.
Is it a kukri?
I don't know. No, I wish it was. No, this thing is like a cleaver on the end of a machete, and it's a 2-handed grip. I don't know what to call it. We've been calling it the Manchetty because it's a 2-handed grip.
Oh, I've seen those.
That's
what
Fisker.
The fuck is that?
Yeah. So it's impractical. I don't need to carry it in the field. I don't know what to do with it. So we went outside and smashed pumpkins with it this past October. Just like threw them in the air and cut them. But
did it work?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this edge catches them and like slices them down. It's actually fairly decent.
Yeah, that's
okay.
I wanted one of those for a while.
Like, I mean, it kind of looks plastic on camera. I'm just saying.
I know it looks really it's like legit. It's I mean, I'll probably cut myself if I slide it, but yeah, it was so weird when I got it because he thought it was like a small machete type tool. It
How did you
wasn't.
think it was small?
My dad's an old man, okay? He doesn't know how to
Bad
order stuff onto the internet and know how to tell its sizes.
Okay. I used to work at the Amazon warehouse, and I saw one of those. I used to like pick people's orders out of all the billions of boxes of shit.
Yeah,
and I saw one of those. I was like, oh my fucking god, I need it.
I think it's like $40, but
yeah, it's not bad.
No, it really isn't. But I've also looked at it and I've thought about taking the steel to my friend who's working on my trowel and having him remake it into something a little more fun. So I don't know yet.
I'm pretty much done with your accent, by the way.
You've what? You've done with what?
So I'm making a Crimson axes, Dawn Guard axes from Skyrim. They're pretty much done.
Hell yeah!
Have them. Almost still some little details, but like for all intents and purposes, they're what they're supposed to be.
I am going to go through this because I was trying to get it set up again. So I wanted to go from the beginning to the end of the setup to get it to where I knew how to do it again, because I'm going to do it to mine too, and I want to be able to like explain it to you if you need to make any kind of modifications from where you
can't
are.
See the feed? Did anybody from it's had a couple people saying they can't see the feed in my YouTubes.
Really?
Feed up.
Is anybody in the comments on the YouTube? Did you all come here?
Yeah, we just got Wiederson's talking about the spatula sword. Did it drop?
It's there live
mine
right
still
now.
says we're on.
Yeah, should be on there.
Hold on.
Just type in Captain Space Dadpool, or
I think your channel link even. Yeah, I can see us on the thing.
looks like a bad Keyblade. It kind of did.
Sorry, I was double checking. Yeah, it looked like it's fine on my end. Yeah,
I'm on the YouTube now.
Sorry.
On the YouTubes.
Oh God! What? What?
Oh, hi, Max. I didn't realize you were there.
Yeah, she's in her desk next to me. Hello. Hello.
She just reaches in. Just like tickles him and leaves.
But yeah, no. So I got to start from scratch, and that way I'll have. So I had to get another 256 card or 124 card, so that I can have everything on it and send it to you, and then hopefully it just will be set up. But if you need to add more stuff to it at any point, that'll be a different situation. Can't talk too specifically about it so that nobody comes after me. Anyway.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
Well, we can talk a little bit about D&D because Dustin would really like us to talk about D&D.
Yeah, you can do that.
I guess I'm going to be a DM, or I'm going to try doing a DM situation coming soon.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Are we bragging about dice? Because
We're showing off our die.
I was going to say, you can refer to that video I have of my dice, the bucket that I pour out. So,
I'm
it's
not
actually
gonna
not
lie.
my bucket.
Oh yes, that's it.
I was on Amazon today for a while looking at dice. Like someone, Will the Mead Maker, is a guy who made mead for me, wants me to maybe make him a knife with dice in the handle. And I was like, I can do that. So I was looking in Amazon, just all the different dice, and I was like, oh my god, there's so many that I want. Why do I want? Why do I want multiple sets?
That's one of the tropes of D&D now is dice goblins.
Dice goblins.
Like, why do you need 75 sets?
Because the goblin likes the sparkly rocks.
Exactly.
For sure.
Pretty good.
We had a couple set aside we need to send to you when we do the box that we're going to send with the Vita and a couple things for Rachel. I don't think we were talking about. Anyway, But yeah, we had a couple sets. We were going to send you the black and red ones and the gray ones, I think, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Black, red, and gray tend to be his go-to colors.
Yep.
Okay.
But I believe, Mason,
Okay.
you once spoke to me, or you mentioned that you wanted to talk about alcohol and liquor type things. And I used to work at a distillery, so.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna grab a beer. Be right back. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Don't leave. Okay.
I just talked to my dad about it earlier today too,
Mhm.
and that because I think what you're talking about specifically is that I've been obsessed lately with cask mates.
Mhm.
So when they do a whiskey or a scotch, and then they finish it in the barrels of wines and beers, and so James had one that was a cask mates with Guinness. So they were finished in stout barrels, and they were delicious.
Oh yeah, no, we actually had a few of those that we sent around. So after one batch of our bourbon was sent around, that barrel would go back to. We had about 3 different breweries that would take the barrels, fill their beer in it, have a cask mate with that beer, and then they'd send it back to us, and we would reuse it again as another bourbon. Now the trick is though, that bourbon isn't a true bourbon anymore; it's a cask mate bourbon. Because a true bourbon has to be done with an unused charred whiskey barrel, and you can't label.
Right.
You can label it like you can label it a whiskey, but you can't label it a bourbon, legally speaking, because the TTB is really strict about that stuff. So
In the bourbon, it's got to be like 51% corn and made in America and finished in the charred casks you're referring to.
it has to be, yes. So a bourbon has to be made in America. That's the big one. Everyone thinks it's Kentucky. Has nothing to do with Kentucky. Has to be spring water, made in America, finished or at least aged for upwards of 6 months in a charred oak barrel, white oak barrel, specifically. Now you can do variations of that as to how deep the char you want. I prefer an alligator char, which is a number 3 to number 4 level char. There's 5 levels of charring. The 5th makes it really dark really fast, but I think that it gives it so much smoke as far as flavor is concerned. It tastes almost like a scotch. And it'll end up coming out tasting almost like a American single malt rather than a bourbon itself. I
like scotch, so
I love scotch. I actually very much love scotch. I do not like blended whiskey. I do like single malts though. So I'm kind of picky about that as far as the smoky flavors, the texture, and if it's single, if it hits you all at once or if it hits you gradually. So I have my own specific brands that I go to when it comes to whiskeys.
Single malt or single barrel that you prefer?
You know, I like single malt, because that way I can identify the flavors a little more independently. When it's single barrel, there's so much that can go into it that isn't written down in the label that you can. Well, okay, so let's go ahead and crack out, like, if I don't get sued by Jim Beam or Jack Daniels for saying this, but I didn't work for either of them, so they have no right to sue me, but I am going to let out a trade secret. They filter all of their, they filter all of their bourbons through, this is not the small cask or the small batch. This is the main batches that you get, like the normal $25 to $35 bottles. When they pour out those barrels, they filter them through more char and sugar or molasses, depending on who you're with. That causes the flavor to completely lose all the texture. It's why it goes down as smooth. I'm putting that in quotes, smooth as it does, because it just tastes like straight sugar and syrup to me.
What was weird about the way I was eating the chips? What this has to be addressed. What?
So
how come you eat chips like that? I didn't even notice you were eating chips.
I didn't see it either. While we're slightly distracted, Nocturnal Atheist asked about gemstone dice sets, which this is a striped agate blue.
That's beautiful. It's not as polished as I'd expect it to be, but
they're very fancy.
Yeah, those are very nice.
Sorry, I've been holding them because Max wanted me to show them off.
Well, I mean, every right.
That's okay though. My fancy metal set were like 30. So that's fair. Actually, I think they were 35, 40, something like that. So we're even. Are you eating your chips weird? Sorry, what? No, sorry. We can get back on the topic of whiskeys. I do. I nerd out about that. I tried because I thought my dad was more into it than that, but he doesn't get into how it's made.
I was paid to it. I was paid to do it. That's the only reason why. I'll be completely honest. I love whiskey, but I mean, I took that job as an in between college and actually that was the job I did right after I was on the farm. Went straight to a distillery, and then now I'm working with an environmental firm. But that's you get the knowledge behind it. You get to taste different variations, and so you have that skill now, and that nobody can take that from you. So, but that's I didn't know about the filtering process you're referring to, but I can taste the difference between like a Scotch and certain other whiskeys, and definitely bourbon. That bourbon is usually like, and I thought it was just the fact of corn that it was so sweet. So that makes a lot more sense. There's also hundreds of different types of corn. I once had a bourbon that was made specifically out of, I believe it's called butcher's corn. It's a red maize corn, and it has a bitter taste to it. I mean, just naturally. But when you brew it, before you distill it, when you brew it, it creates a very reddish beer. And I don't actually know the ingredients that went into it, but when it was filtered and then distilled from that product, it came out with a almost rye tasting pepperiness to it, which was amazing because I didn't expect that from the beer that it created. I didn't like the beer. I love the whiskey. But if you don't take it, but I've learned the overall trait is if you don't make a good beer, and I mean this beer has to be rich in flavor, there is no point to distill it into a whiskey because it'll just be bland.
Drop the name. What's it called?
No, I can't.
You remember?
I remember that it's a gentleman that used to live south of Kansas City, Missouri. I think he's in Oklahoma now. That is the extent to which I can say anything. You can do your own research.
First of all, this is a mouse. This is a Russian style hat.
I'm on. So yes. Is the answer.
In Soviet America, we.
For Mother Russia. So yeah, getting back to the comments, Spiral reminded me that they made fun on one previous live. They made fun of the way I was eating chips, and I had a mental breakdown about it. I was drunk as shit, and I was just being extra just for the sake of being extra, and I forgot all about that until you just brought that up. So,
oh gosh,
I drink way too much when I go live. It's a problem I have.
But
we had fun.
I'm kidding. No, I was like, stop it as I went to take a shot. No, that's the thing though. The hat though. I got that, and I got a shirt that has Russian words on it for the God cosplay things that I do, just to kind of do different skits. Usually making fun of Yahweh. And somebody accused me of having like Death to America or some kind of, I'm trying to remember what he said, some kind of like communist manifesto on the shirt. And it's literally the words vodka helps. So I was like,
sorry.
I guess kind of, maybe to an extent, but no. So that shit was really fucking funny. I don't know. We got any more?
I really want to know how you eat chips now. I'm really fascinated.
Yeah, I want to see what are they on about.
I can remember. It's not what I was doing now. It's what I did. I don't know what I did in the previous live, so I don't know how to demonstrate. Yeah. Goldfish.
Just slowly grab some goldfish. I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know. It's nothing weird about the way he's eating him now. I don't know what I did. Can't remember.
My dog loves goldfish.
I'm not drinking anything hard tonight, so I'll remember all of this conversation.
Somebody in my live asked a question a while ago, and they had to leave and come back, and I was like, "Aha!" So I was answering the question.
Answering questions. That's what we do. Say, I like how somebody, I don't know who said it, was like, I was the nerdiest nerd you've had on here, and I feel really bad now. It's just like, what?
I think that's like trying to highlight intelligence that you're able to speak with such experience and knowledge.
I'm a sponge
just
though. That's just how I am.
regarding whiskey right now, but I'm probably in general, I would imagine, and that's the distinction between like actual nerds and then like geeks who just enjoy things and imbibe them or take them in, consume them, however, as opposed to like actually studying and knowing what there is to know about it. So.
We had Atheist Jesus on last week. It was just me and him. I think he's a pretty strong contender because he's pretty nerdy about a pretty broad variety of things.
Did y'all end on a nerdy topic? I hadn't seen it yet. I need to go back and watch that.
Yeah, there was really no theme. We kind of went all over the place. He had a Nintendo 64 sweater on.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, so we didn't really pin down a topic. So I was like, "What's your favorite N64 game?" And then it just went from there, and we talked about Mortal Kombat and the movie that came out, and yeah, we went all over the place. But it was fun.
Have you guys seen the Mortal Kombat movie? I haven't seen it yet. Is it
Yeah,
decent?
it's terrible.
It's.
No.
I mean, the fight scenes were great. They were fun.
Yeah, it was hugely disappointing. It was so mad.
There was a lot of shit that didn't make any fucking sense, and the dialogue is like super plastic. So it's like every game that has come out has had a better story than the movie that was just put out.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
I was
the
worried
lines
through.
were delivered better. The
Like,
story was better. Like,
you have like 20 years of like lore to choose from, and instead you decide to like come up with something completely different and add a character that didn't previously exist as the main character, and all the characters end up being two-dimensional except for like Kano and Sonya Blade.
I don't
Sounds
want to
like
get
they
into
need
it,
to
but
make
like
a
the
series
method
out of
by
it.
which they get their key blasts, and it was like, are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me? That
Yeah,
has
like,
nothing to do with
what-
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like they were supposed to make a series out of it. Like if they wanted to really get the characters in depth.
Oh, they left it open. They left it open
Oh,
for
yeah.
the second movie in like a year or two or whatever they're gonna do.
Well,
yeah,
And
fingers
it's just
crossed.
hopefully it's better.
Hopefully they'd learn. Yeah, that whole, like you were saying, the way they got their powers, it gave me very midichlorian vibes. Yeah, when like MIDI fucking what? When the fuck did this happen? This has never
Like,
been
this
a thing. Why is this a thing all of a sudden? Yeah, that's kind of how it made me
This
feel.
isn't so much a spoiler, but just the fact that like they put in a throwaway line for Liu Kang when he was talking about how he got his. He was like, I went and fought this dude who was a child trafficker, and then my Arcana came alive. That's what they're calling it. It's fucking Arcana. And so it's like they did that. They threw in that one little throwaway line to explain why later in the movie Sonya gets her Arcana. Like there's a way by which they need a certain thing in order to get the Arcana. She gets the thing and immediately has her Arcana within seconds. Whereas everybody else was like working and sparring and fighting to get theirs. And it's like they put that line about Liu Kang getting his by XYZ
So,
to explain why it happens to Sonya later. And it was like, fuck you.
yeah, it was.
I don't know.
so
Nothing
bad.
in that fucking movie made any goddamn sense. It was great. There's the moment where so the main character is
The old ones are great.
of
The old
Chinese descent, right? But he's an orphan from the south side of Chicago. And then at the end of the movie, somebody speaks Chinese to him, and they're like, you fought honorably, and be good, take care of yourself, and leaves. And he's like standing there like, oh yeah, like he understood it. And there's no indication in that movie that he speaks Chinese. He's American, and he was an orphan, right? So it's like,
Sounds a little racy.
did you know what he said to you? How?
Sounds a little bit racist.
I mean, from my
throw
end, or
that
from
in
the
there.
fact that like the implication, just the assumption that without ever saying that he doesn't read or speak Chinese at any point in the movie, and then it's said to him at the end, and he just has this look on his face and is like, did you understand that? Because you said you were an orphan from Chicago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not from your end. It sounds like they just threw in a Chinese character. It was like, your honor is like blah blah blah, and the American's like, oh thanks, my I have become validated. Great. And you can just go do it and like fuck off. Sorry, I don't like shit like that.
There's a part in the movie where they'd spent weeks in a cave, right, with like sconces on the wall with fire on torches, and the dude he'd been there for at least a couple days, if not weeks, and he's checking his phone, and I'm like, where the fuck did you plug that in?
Yeah.
Where'd you plug in your phone? Did you just walk up to Raiden like, bro, come on, I'm at 2%. Come on, give me some juice. There's so much of that movie that didn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the one thing we need now is just like solar powered cases, so I can just lay our phones in the sun.
They have
those.
Well, motherfucker, I didn't know that.
I had one.
They have the military has spray-on solar panels that you can literally take a rock and a wire and lay the wire on the rock and spray the solar panel over it.
Where can I get this? Where?
I don't know if it's commercially
where's my wallet?
available.
Take my money. Take my money.
Yeah, I think it's pretty like.
Is it very effective?
I love that trend that's going out now, where people are like banging their credit card on the table. I don't know if it's commercially available. I just know that the military has them.
I was pretty proud of mine.
Of your what now?
The video I made with the soundbite banging on the table.
Oh yeah, I don't think I saw yours.
I don't think
I've been on TikTok a lot in this last week.
I pretended to be I captioned like me as a first century Roman soldier, and I like put nails up for the bangs.
That's right.
I did actually see that.
Yeah,
I was trying to think if
I
you
remember
did
that
one
now.
with the credit card, but you used the sound.
I have an idea that's going to piss off a lot of people, and I'm doing it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
No balls.
Like I think our
still need
initial
to
subject was going to be like cultural norms and shit from biblical times. Now that you mentioned that, like you wanted to talk about how the culture would have seen certain actions as normal versus not.
We got another hour. We can get into that.
I was going to say, well, on Tart that one night that we like after after the debate? No, talking about the debate. Yeah, the after party. You brought up why the nail thing wasn't a thing, and I was like, yeah, because they fucking pull nails from the wood because freaking iron is expensive shit. like that's the logic. Reuse that shit. But
yeah,
that's what that just reminded me of.
Yeah, nails were made by blacksmiths by hand with a coal forge. They were expensive and not easy to make. And there was not many of them. So they pulled them bitches out so they could reuse them.
Mm-hmm. So when someone's like, "Oh, this nail was used at Jesus's feet," and I'm like, "Prove it." I would like that explanation, please.
Yeah. Like we have one example of that, and that's because like it was so lodged in the wood or in the heel that they couldn't get it out or something. That's the one.
We've all come across that one nail that has been so lodged into a piece of wood that we've just hammered it farther in, sanded over it, and called it good. we can't get it out.
Yeah.
If you've ever been on a farm, you understand what I'm saying.
When we bought this house, I have a back deck that's going to be need to be replaced pretty soon. I was very nervous when I went to see if it was nails or screws, and I was like, "Oh, thank God, they're screws." Oh Jesus, they're all screws. They're all screws. It's gonna be so much easier to replace those boards.
Oh fuck! I had a thing. Oh, the nails of Jesus, and then like the fucking what's the shroud of fucking whatever the fuck.
Shroud of Turin. That bullshit that it ages back to the 1300s, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a 13th century forgery.
The cloth itself is from the 1300s, which is why we know that whatever print is on it is younger than that. So
there was that, and then fucking that same asshole who's like a nursing assistant, has no background in archaeology, comes out and like solves 1,000 fucking biblical mysteries in the span of 10 years. Yeah, okay. Richard Wyatt?
Oh, I hate him. Ron Wyatt.
He found the fucking Ark of the Covenant, and it had Jesus' blood on it, but he didn't take any pictures, and nobody else saw it.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say you saw the video that Archeo Wolf put up about that.
No, was that?
No.
So it's the one I made.
There's a what about? Oh, you made a good one too. I know Archeo Wolf better, but
I'm still new here.
Archaeologist. I mean, as much as you study the Bible, praise you. Archeo Wolf is an actual archaeologist, so I do listen to him quite a bit when it comes to the studies.
It's fine. That's cool. It's cool. Damage is done. Don't worry about it.
I've come on to Dadpool's podcast, and here I am.
He has this degree.
You do. You have a degree in theology, which is like amazing, by the way, because you have to do crazy amounts of philosophy to get into the circle of thinking that it takes. cannot always fathom how people come up with these random faithful actions when they can't make A connect to B connect to C. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But the human mind doesn't make sense to me very much. Human behavior, on the other hand, is predictable for me. That's two totally different things. But yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
Ron
cancel
Wyatt.
religion.
Wiedershin says, waiting for Wyatt to locate the Book of Mormon's golden plates. Didn't that dude die,
Yes.
though?
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
mean,
not only
Joseph
did Ron Wyatt's dead, isn't he?
I actually don't know because I don't
I think
care.
he's dead. And then,
If
like, the Book of
not,
Mormon,
then-
we can't find the Book of Mormon's golden plates because the angel Moroni took them back, okay?
Whatever
So
they
you
do,
can't find them, okay?
Sure.
My favorite biblical, like, relic that people keep claiming they have is the fucking holy puss, or whatever, however you pronounce it.
What?
Jesus's detached foreskin. There have been several dozen churches throughout the fucking last 2 millennia that claim to have Jesus's foreskin.
Okay. Do we want to talk about cannibalism? Because I will get into cannibalism.
Oh yeah. We made it.
Do it.
I made a
Drop
video
like
when
So,
fucking Lil Nas
cannibalism,
X's
there's-
shoes came out.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
say,
They're
there's
like, oh, it's got a
Jeff-
drop of human
Jeff
blood, and I
wants
was
to
like,
do a
y'all
live with
drink
me.
human blood every week. Why are you
Well, I
complaining?
mean, right? And let's also go ahead and throw
Good,
out
Jeff.
there that mummies were a delicacy back in the 1920s. People ate them regularly.
Hi to Jeff.
So you got Jeff on your
Hi,
live?
Jeff.
Jeff, we all have a
Talk
message
to you
for you.
Sunday. Uh-oh.
You're supposed to go fuck yourself because Nat was supposed to be on my show this Sunday, but somehow she's on yours. So I told her to
Nobody
tell you to go
told
fuck
me.
yourself.
Nobody told me. I was told by a third party that was watching your live that found out, oh, hey, Nat, did you know that you were going to be on Sunday? No.
And this is how
forced me.
information gets spread. You know, it's kind of why we have the gospel that we have today. Is you know, third, fourth. I'm bringing it all. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. That's what I do.
How reliable that is.
I think we just need to but there's the thing. It's like people reach out to you and it's like, hey, I want to come on the show. And then you're like, yes, this week. And it's like, no, dude, we got the old scratch. We got whoever. Because last time I think it was the Atheist Jesus.
Yeah.
And it was like, we can't have Nat on. The Atheist Jesus is supposed to be on then.
That was when you called me because you thought he wasn't going to be on. And that was different. Because that was going to be like a last
I think it
minute
was
thing.
before that, though. It was like Lilith
Not
and Bob.
Biddy, it was the one after
somebody.
Biddy Buddha. Whatever week was after Biddy Buddha. That was supposed to be my week, but you guys double scheduled me. So I was like, whatever.
Was that?
Well,
bad?
we'd
I
already
know
we'd been booked out to Kevin at that time. We'd had however many like 4 or 5 shows planned. So I don't know.
I mean, it
don't
doesn't really
remember.
bother me.
I think we have people for the rest of May, and then
Nice.
it's like June. I might be gone.
Oh.
I'm trying to not go to this AT because I'm switching units, but I might be in Africa for a month.
I mean,
fuck
I want to
that.
say that
Yeah,
sounds
that's
like fun
fun.
because I really love Africa, but probably not. Okay.
I'm gonna be sitting under a camo tent in the sun, doing 88 November crap, which is just checking vehicles. Probably. I don't actually know yet because they haven't put any information out. And then they waited until this last AT to be like, all right, everybody needs passports and we need to expedite them. It's like, I have never needed a passport for anywhere I've ever been in the military. That's new. So
That's
I don't know.
weird.
It's
I
all
never had to
very
have that.
weird.
I went to Macedonia last year. We didn't need a passport. That's weird.
Seriously?
I don't know. It's probably
What?
countries who have
Yeah.
certain connections to the U.S. military, and for whatever reason, Morocco doesn't have that. Would be the only guess I've had because I've been, I've had
Morocco
3
is under.
deployments and I've had ATs in other countries and I've never needed a passport, so I didn't know. If I had known, I'd have been in January when we first knew that we were going to Morocco, hey, we should probably do this now and not wait until the last fucking minute. Because I don't
Yeah.
think it's even going to happen. I don't think they're going to get the passports back in time.
I don't know. I sent out to get my passport replaced. Let's see, it was a while back, but I got it within a week of me sending it out. It came right back to me. And I didn't expedite it or anything. It just, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'm
By the way, I need to. I think that's so. If it's a renewal, I think it's faster. This was
I have
like.
I have a question I want to answer in my live.
Do it.
Go for it.
Well, someone said Constantine joined Christianity because he saw the turning of the tides and melded religions. Yeah, there's some partial truth to that. So the way ancient Romans were, they were polytheistic. Like they pretty much believe there's polytheistic, and then there's another term that means that
Henotheistic.
that's not pantheistic. Like maybe it's pantheistic. Yeah, pantheist. That's the word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in that they believed in all
the gods, but the debate was which god was stronger, and that's what there was literally like a "my dad can beat up your dad" type of fight all over the Roman Empire and among the pagan tribes. So this group believed this god was this stronger, this group believed that god stronger. So they were always fighting about it. And they would say like, well, my god controls the weather, or my god heals. Well, along comes this Christian god who is healing people more than the other gods. And healing was a huge thing back then because, you had to have, every woman was supposed to have 6 children in order to maintain a populace because the infant mortality rate was so high and life expectancy was so short. So healing was a huge thing. So that was very attractive. And Constantine was in the midst of a civil war, and he thought he needed the help of the strongest god to win this war. So he went with Christianity and claimed he had this vision, kind of like all the prophets do. So he converted to Christianity. So yeah, that's kind of how that story goes.
I wouldn't be surprised if him, alongside other like powerful church leaders or like political leaders who like deferred to the church, were actually atheists who knew it was all bullshit, or thought that it was all bullshit, or had different beliefs, but they subscribed to something that they knew would benefit them in some way, either through power, through wealth. And I feel like that adaptation of the Roman Empire to Christianity existed because they saw the flaw with henotheism, in that all these different city-states were constantly at war with one another over whose dad could beat up whose dad. And he's like, here comes a god who claims he's the only god, or we can make it look that way. And so if we tie everybody under this singular solidarity, this single banner, then we can use that to unite the empire and spread our reach further. Like, I think that's what happened. There's no confirming that necessarily until we build fucking time machines, go back and question that motherfucker. I'm just saying, I think that's what I'd like from research and study and reading all these different fucking things. I think that's exactly what happened. I think it happened during the Babylonian exile. I think they saw the distinction in canon between all these different city-states. I think that's why they wrote in the Bible all these sort of mockeries and parodies of the different Canaanite gods, and like placed theirs on the throne, essentially. My dad can beat up your dad, to keep them united, to keep the 12 tribes united.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of parallels between this and Joan of Arc. Just throwing that out there, but it seems like that is a very big similarity in the fact that she claimed to have visions in order to unite France against, England. But I know, right? I'm
saying anyone, all of them. But didn't I think even Adolf Hitler claimed that he had some sort of vision from God to eradicate the Jews. So it's like it's we can see it happen today in America with certain groups and cults that they do that now, where they're like, we have the visions, we have the truth. This is what's really on, and give me money.
Oh, don't you just love how after the fact, though, whatever was accomplished, but after the fact, that person then has a mental disorder in order to claim the blame away from the people and more towards, or from the religion and more towards the individual himself. Joan of Arc had schizophrenia. Charlemagne, I believe, had some form of dementia or something, if I remember that correctly.
Oh, that's familiar. It's like coming out and saying these people were sick and that's why they thought this.
Yeah.
Or it's like, a miracle happened somewhere and the Vatican wants to send out people to confirm it. And it's like, that's surprising. Why wouldn't you just it was a miracle, yay? And the reason is because when it comes out later that it was bullshit, and they'd be like, oh no, we never said it was a miracle.
Yeah, they come out and they try to disprove it as much as possible. because the last thing they want is another holy person. And they never want anyone that's more powerful than the Pope. That is an important thing. Although I will say, I like, as I'll go out on a limb and be like, I'm not religious, but I like the Pope right now. Like, our current Pope's pretty cool.
Didn't Pope Francis acknowledge that hell doesn't exist?
He acknowledged that hell is a temporary thing. I thought that was interesting. I don't know the extent of it, but
that's the thing, is that like Sheol is supposed to be temporary, that the wicked and the righteous go to Sheol, and the wicked, after, like, on Judgment Day, their souls are just burned, they're destroyed. It's the second death. They just are eternally
not
separated.
forever?
Not forever. And then the wicked get to live on a paradise earth in God's kingdom, or what the fuck ever.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. I thought your soul was a living thing forever. Period. Doesn't matter what you do. Everything I know is a lie.
I missed the first part of this. Jeff wants to know why you like the Pope, Nat.
Oh, because he's cool.
He's trying to be inclusive.
he's cool.
He's more
I don't believe him.
popes.
But
the last
he's
Pope
a nice
was a fucking
Pope.
Nazi.
Oh my God, right? No, it's like I like the current Pope. I think he's a cool guy. I don't agree with like his religious choice, but I agree with the fact that he's like, hey, let's be inclusive, not because the Bible says so, but because being a decent fucking human being says so.
Well, that ties back to, okay, Jesus died for your sins, so why can't you sin?
Yeah.
Right? And it's like,
I love that. It's like, I am sinning in the name of Jesus.
I think Jeff doesn't want you on his show anymore because you like the Pope. So you're good to come on my show.
Oh, okay. So we'll just do a double. Yep. We'll do it back to back. We'll actually plan something next time.
That's fine.
No, Jeff,
what do you want your nerdy topic to be?
Jeff and I are supposed to debunk a few TikToks that have been discussed on creationist TikTok. So I'm going to be going on there and talking a lot of geology and why things are false.
Oh, that sounds fun. That's stuff I want to get into too.
I know.
I'm an environmental management major.
You were what?
I'm an environmental management major.
Woo!
I can talk about
management. You guys are the
I can
fun
talk about global climate cycles and weather versus climate and anthropology.
Tell me about the Milankovitch cycles. Tell me about them.
Tell you about what?
The Milankovitch cycles.
I do not recognize that term.
What's that?
It's okay.
I'm 12 finishing my degree. Doesn't mean I don't know what you're talking about. I don't recognize the term. Milankovitch?
Well, you would probably work with Wilson cycles more than the Milankovitch. Milankovitch cycle is 100,000-year-old, 72,000-year-old, and 23,000-year-old cycle where the Earth orbits becomes more elliptical and elongated, where it wobbles and where the tilt actually changes its degree.
So you know all about it. What are you asking him for?
I mean, yeah. So that's,
you should be schooling us, apparently.
Well, it has a lot to do with environmental factors. Because
it does have environmental factors, but it's at such a large scale that it will not affect humans in the short term, which is what environmental management's more concerned about. Is like,
this is true.
Wow.
Yeah,
anyway,
I can't tell you how often I say something is prehistoric, and everybody, all the archaeologists around me, flip out. They're like, "Oh my God, you found something prehistoric!" I'm like, "Yeah, a few million years prehistoric, not a few thousand years prehistoric," because prehistoric for archaeology is like depends on when writing was a thing. But for me, it's like, hey, it's not in the Paleocene, so let's move it beyond prehistoric.
The history of humanity's history with technology is kind of fascinating, really, don't you think?
Technology, I like cultural norms.
Huh?
I like talking about the evolution of cultural norms through humanitarian societies. I find that really fascinating. But with technology, yeah, the way it's built and the way that you can interfere suddenly and very detrimentally in a society base that's I'm going to use the term primitive. Archaeologists hate that term, but say you go to a group that has bows and arrows and you hand them a gun. Tell me there's not a giant evolutionary leap in what they now know.
Yeah.
They didn't get a chance to evolve naturally. They were interrupted.
What's the story about that? There's a movie where they found a glass bottle.
Oh, the gods must be crazy. Oh my God. Yeah. So The Gods Must Be Crazy. So
That's it, yeah.
there's a movie about that, and then there's a movie about the making of it, and the anthropologist that made the movie discussing the creation of that movie with the Kung, because that's the name of the tribe that they filmed, was the Kung. It's an upside down exclamation point. Kung, K-U-N-G. They actually used a real tribe that had never been around cameras or.
I'd heard that, yeah. I didn't see the making of it, but I'd heard about it.
Oh my god, it was intense.
Did see this.
The movie's hilarious. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think it's really funny.
Yeah, the movie was really good. It was funny.
But yeah, no. So what happens is this pilot flies over Kenya, and he's drinking a Coke bottle, and he throws it out the window. And you know, Coke being famous for making these amazing bottles that are like indestructible, it just falls on the ground. They use it to like crush wheat better until finally, and it escalates. They use it for a bunch of different tools until finally a child decides, I want the bottle, and another child's like, no, it's my turn to have the bottle. So they take the bottle and they use it as a weapon. And the moment it happens, it's a big change. It's like a huge social, like societal norm switch, because no one had ever been violent to each other within the tribe. It was a very loving tribe, and then suddenly it was an aggressive tribe. And they like took the bottle, and this guy that's like one of the leaders of the tribe, he goes up and he's like, I'm going to find the edge of the earth and I'm throwing this off of it because the gods must be crazy for giving us something stupid like this, because he thinks it's nuts. So he takes the bottle and he starts walking. Meanwhile, there's these two white folks that are, you know, doing something in the safari and, you know, romance bullshit. And then they come across him, and he sees a white person, and this goes into like the white god theory. He sees a white person and he's just like, here, take the bottle. And he like gives it to him, and he starts walking away. And the guy's like, no, here, you can have it. It's trash. I don't want it. And he's like, no, take it. And like, he's trying to give it back. And that's kind of like, that's the simplistic version of the story. But the poor tribe, the Kung, are completely depleted, and they have been ushered into society much faster than they were ever scheduled to be. They the woman that was like the main character in the movie, she became very famous, and because of that notoriety, she was able to make money. And this is the first time that outside money was introduced into their tribe. And the next thing you know, their tribe is now completely dependent on this tourism of this movie and less on what they actually did. So they ruined an entire culture just by making a movie with them. And it's super sad. But that is, yeah, it's really fucked up. It's something that it sucks a lot. And like it hurts.
The concept's interesting. They should have done it, but they should have just fucking hired people to do it. Like,
yeah, but that was like
that.
the 60s, 70s when they made the movie. So, you know, it's cheaper to use real natives.
That's fucking bullshit.
Isn't it? Isn't that fucked up?
I hate humans so fucking much that we do shit like that.
Welcome to my life. I mean, you guys want to talk about biblical idiocracy? Let's talk about what happens on a daily basis in the past, sure, and how it changes the future for like hundreds of thousands of people, simply because us white folk decide one thing for another culture. Like I'm so sick of it.
Well, that doesn't happen. That's not.
Are you talking about like the whole diaspora, just like cultural assimilation versus like?
I mean, that's a whole other thing too. Like, oh my god, right? Like the fashion industry just taking random designs from cultures and trying to
too. Sorry.
Oh,
that shit. Yeah, you know, fucking. I am so tired. So there's a TikToker that I actually enjoy her content, but she has dreads. She's very white. And I'm like, I can't. Like, I just.
So there's.
Like, there's no culture, there's no white culture that had dreads. There were pleats, and then like the Celts had pleats, and they would wet their hair with mud before battle and lie and some certain other things to make it like snakes. It would be scary. But then after the fight, after the battle, they would wash their fucking hair. They didn't have there's no culture, and there's no white culture that had permanent dreads in the way that certain tribes in Africa and certain like Caribbean nations have dreadlocks, right? And so it's like even the Rastafarians, the dreadlocks that they have, they try to base that on Samson in the Bible, right? His locks,
Mm-hmm.
which that's a whole different thing. But it's just like that. I can't deal with white hippies doing dreads and then trying to excuse it by claiming that the Norse and the Celts had dreads. They fucking didn't. They had pleats, and it's different, and it looks cool. Do that.
There's an entire field of anthropology that is dedicated to the assimilation and mimicry of cultures that are not white in modern day times. Like there was a tribal vote back, I want to say it was in the 70s, maybe 80s, in the rainforest, where a bunch of various chieftains came together in Brazil to do this meeting to like sell a part of the rainforest and agree on like territories and stuff. And long story short, Brazil fucking just screwed them over. But all these white folks from America, specifically America, came down and started doing like dances and claiming that their spirits were with the tribe and that they were part of the tribe just spiritually, and they were drawn to these tribes. They started dressing like them, acting like them. They believed that they belonged with the tribe, and the tribe's looking at them like, you guys are fucking idiots. Like, who are you and why are you here? So,
I want to address a comment from Nook Nook. Says all cultures appropriate from each other. No, bullshit. There's cultural syncretism. There's cultural diffusion. That is distinct from cultural appropriation. And the difference is a blending of cultures versus an oppressor coming in and saying, this is ours now. We want this. It looks cool. It's ours now. Yeah. That's fucking not okay. I mean, and that's why I fucking hate 90% of like new age spiritualists, because they hear some shit and they're like, I like that. I do it now. It's mine.
Yeah,
no, the fuck you don't.
I agree wholeheartedly. I've visited many cultures. I've sat in on a lot of different tribal meetings, and I've never tried to take part in them. Every now and then you get invited to because they want to share their knowledge and stuff, which is cool. I'm mostly speaking about Maori culture because I was in New Zealand for a very long tense the time. I love Maori. I love Samoan culture. I love Hawaiian culture. And if I could, yes, I would love to be a part of that culture. Like I am so bordering on obsessed with that culture that I have to take a step back constantly and be like, I'm white, damn it. I was like, I can't do anything. I'm white. I need to stop. But like, I have mementos that they've given me. Like I have a braided necklace from a type of leaf that they have in Hawaii that has a shell that this little boy gave me, and he said it reminded me of my eye color because it's green. Oh. And the shell, I know, I thought it was really cute. That's cute. Apparently that was like, it wasn't like a big deal, but to me it was, because I didn't expect to get any gifts because I was, you know, I mean, it's Hawaii, like there's tourists everywhere, but like I was staying with like a homestay family and I just didn't expect to like have anyone make me anything. So I know, right? Okay, getting teary. But yeah, it's really, really obnoxious watching.
There's a difference too, because you're talking about cultural appreciation, which is that you have things that you enjoy. Yeah. And like, but it's different that like having them and like framing them, and it's like there's a story behind it. I worked there, somebody gave it to me, XYZ, as opposed to putting it on your skin.
Like, do you notice I'm not wearing it? Like I have it hanging up. I don't wear it. I'll wear it if I go there, like to return, because I'm like, this is a gift. I'm sure they'd appreciate me wearing it when I go and see them.
Well, that's a little different too, because that was a gift that was given to you. That to me indicates that there's no like cultural reason not to. But I'm talking about like you have excuse fucking Native American headdresses.
I worry
or
about
even
the
like
term
beadwork.
excuse, though. I worry about the term excuse because how many people say, "Oh no, it's okay. I have a black friend."
Yeah.
I don't think it's the same.
I should say reason as opposed to.
I have to analyze it the same way though, because if
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, I have to be careful about my behaviors because I mean I don't work with them as much as I used to, but when I travel, I don't travel like when I'm in the US, I travel in hotels. Yeah, but when I'm going overseas, I try to find homestays. I try to do woofing, which is willing workers on organic farms. You go, you work, and they pay for your room and board, which is great. And through those causes, I'm able to like meet locals, and that is an amazing, amazing process. But I mean, I've also been trained by anthropologists how to behave in situations where I do not know the cultural norms.
That makes sense.
That's a type of training that I think even doctors get, not like Doctors Without Borders, but like when the doctor goes into an ER versus a surgeon that's used to having like planned patients come in, like they have to understand the sudden shock like a patient's going through at that moment. That's how you feel when you walk into a culture and you're like, I don't speak the language, I don't know the customs, I don't know what's happening. There was one time I walked into a room and there were a few people dancing. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stand on the wall. I'm just going to be a wallflower. I'm going to blend in. Somebody pulled me into the dance floor and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then like, I like tried to leave the dance floor and like everybody stopped dancing. The moment I tried to leave, everybody stopped, music stopped. I mean, it was an insult the moment I tried to walk out. And so I was like, just kidding.
Wow.
But that's like, you have to understand. Ow. Sorry, I hit my knee. I have to understand these cultural differences.
I went to Macedonia last year as a deployment I was there for a month or so. In the area we stayed, there was like a small members of the local military there, and they had like this camper that they sat outside like all day every day, and like they would do like occasional patrols. Just to make sure no one was fucking with us because we were guests there. Anyway, so me and a couple of buddies went over there just to like say hi because like everyone was kind of like being standoffish towards him. Me and some others were like, let's go fucking talk to him or try to anyway because they had a different language. But they did have a couple of people there that could speak somewhat English, so we were able to dialogue a little bit. Well, they they drink a moonshine called Rakia.
Oh,
and it's really bad. But how did I describe it?
Like a bathwater moonshine.
It's been too long to be able to describe. But anyway, so they pour in a cup and they give it to you, and you're supposed to sip it. But we all shot it, and they were all like they were blown the fuck away that we just shot because they don't take shots, they sip. So it's like they've never seen that before.
You know, okay, so I'm going to throw this out here. Specifically, England and most of America are the only two like places where you shoot liquor. Like, I don't know how that culture came to be. I don't know the history of it, but I do know when it comes to liquor, it is natural to sip it, and the fact that people shoot it is quite literally us uneducated. Like,
I learned that
because white people don't like to taste, and so we just want it down.
But then why are you drinking? Like, I don't understand.
We won't drink it for the taste. We've got feelings to kill. All right.
See, that's not. That's when you know it's a fucked up idea.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Oh man. Yeah, that was a funny moment that we talk about often.
Peer pressure.
Remember that time?
Then you have the culture shotgun their drinks. Put a hole in a can. Click the top.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
That sounds. I can believe that's a purely American invention. I can believe that.
I would assume.
Dumbass Americans.
Peer pressure.
I have no idea what accent that was supposed to be.
Okay, Dad. Okay, Ricky, you have a new T-shirt. Is we have feelings to kill. That's apparently a new T-shirt design.
We have feelings to kill.
Nerds and heresy. We have feelings to kill.
Just like a glass of whiskey, and then in front of it is like, shut up, shoot up wuss, which I'm like worried that's like a heroin thing. Hold on, how do we say it? Like drink up?
Yeah,
shoot it.
Bottoms up or
bottoms
up, bitches. We got feelings to kill.
I like that. We can do that.
Drink up, bitches.
Bottoms up.
I haven't even logged into Teespring in a minute. I don't know how much money we have in there.
Yeah, I wonder. We haven't checked our profits.
Go buy Nerds and Heresy merch.
It's either going to be way more than we expect or way less.
Or Nerds and Heresy merch.store, actually. My bad.
Oh, speaking of merch, Archeo Wolf and I are in discussions about setting up our own merch, but specifically science-based. We haven't we have like all the designs written out, but we haven't actually like posted them up yet. But one of them that you just reminded me of is actually pretty funny. So whenever he and I chat, we tend to sip on scotch. And somebody on a live once was like, "So what beer are you drinking?" And his reaction was, "Beer." And he reaches for his scotch and takes a sip. And I was like, "And that's a t-shirt." So don't steal it. Copyrighted.
What does it say? Sorry, somebody asked a
No.
question on the thing I was responding to.
Oh, it just says ha 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 beer, and then there's like a picture of scotch.
Cute.
Okay. It won't let me log into Teespring. What the fuck? Hold on. Is it my
I started a Patreon, but I don't know what the fuck to do with it.
I don't know.
Someone in my live was like, "You should start a Patreon for YouTube." I'm like, Patreon's such a weird animal. I'm not sure.
There are
what I
some
would
people
even
that
do with
just have Patreon for content that they're already producing to have people support them in it,
Yeah.
So,
Well, but they have
think
like,
that's
if you
it.
donate this much, you get, or yeah,
You get a
get-
sticker.
you
If
get
you
a
donate
sticker,
this
or you
much,
get-
we'll send you a TikTok.
yeah.
Don't-
Well, I will send you live or merch, or we could do like a I don't know, like an after party or something that they'd be invited to, or like just the logistics of all of it's just not something I'm super interested in figuring
Wait a
out.
second. What? Oh, Ricky, you have an OnlyFans?
oh no! Click it. Click it.
I'm not looking at
No,
it. It's Spiral
I-
Vermin just said that you were making an OnlyFans. So I'm
I-
okay.
I might be doing that. I might have already done that.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
might
It's
be,
in his
I
link
might
tree.
be
Go
waiting.
click it.
I might be waiting
I
for
don't-
my identity to be verified.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's what I'm waiting on. It takes
before
like,
anyone asks, I'm never making one, and I don't plan on ever making one. So just
I'm not
throwing
gonna
that
do
out
anything
there.
crazy on it. I don't really know what I'm gonna do.
Sure, you're not.
There
Yeah.
hasn't been a lot, but I think it's because we don't
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
it enough.
What
we need
if
to bring that shit up like on every live that we do.
I think
Probably.
one of the things he needs to do is get drunk and eat chips on it. That sounds like a good.
Apparently, fuck.
That sounds great. I might pay to see that. I need to see how he ate chips.
EVP? Question mark.
Like,
Aware of EVP? What does that mean?
I have no idea. I was saying, like in
Should I-
April, we
should I
only
accept
had
Bitcoin.
a few
Yeah.
sales. I don't know.
Have
Sorry,
you
what?
guys bought into Dogecoin? That just made random topic.
I'd love
No.
to go to Burning Man. Are you kidding?
Oh, where are these comments? I want to know about Burning Man. I haven't.
Now, someone just
been.
said I should go to Burning Man. I'd love it. Like, I know I'd love it.
Can we do a group? Like, do you want to drive down to Missouri and pick me up, and then you and Rachel and I could go to Burning Man?
see, we have these 4 loin demons that we don't know what to do with.
Well, see, but the thing is, I might know what to do with the little loin demons because there's this place. It's called a daycare.
It's a daycare, not a day and night care.
Well, I mean, there's places like
There's
there's
not.
this thing
There's
called
not.
Six
Drop them off
Flags.
with the grandparents.
And
That's what
camp.
grandparents are for.
There's a thing called Sleepaway Camp. Works great. I'm just
Mine are too
saying.
young for that. I got a 2-year-old.
Oh,
But yeah.
damn.
Ooh. Apparently, Miss Emily Rose is up 14 grand in Bitcoin. Fucking good for you. Shit.
Damn.
I don't know. Cryptocurrency is such a fucking weird, volatile
Yeah.
thing that it's like, I think it's dangerous to get into that shit because you'll have your 14 grand tied up in it, and then it, like, the government comes out and it's like, this is all bullshit and it's fake and it's not authorized and it's banned XYZ. And then all of a sudden you have 14 grand that's locked up in a currency you can't check out now.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I just don't trust it.
I mean, I've never bought into it, so I don't know. But
And I'm not
To me,
like
it
trying
feels
to get
like-
rich or anything. I don't give a shit.
Like, I
about
just
Hi,
found out
Titus.
a friend of mine's in an MLM, and I'm like,
Hi,
oh,
Titan.
you poor bitch. Like I don't know what to tell her. I'm like, I don't want to like scar you for life or ruin your hopes and dreams, but those companies make money by sucking it out of people like you.
Yep.
Yep.
That sounds about
Sorry,
right.
accurate.
not
All
sorry.
those TikTokers that are like, I made $40,000 this month. Great.
Congrats.
From an
for you.
MLM?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't. As
Like-
soon as I see it, I just swipe. I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to listen to that shit.
Yeah, that's
okay.
all.
I wouldn't know what
it's
to
a
do with
lot
that
of
kind of
them
money
are-
anyway.
They teach them to talk that way. A lot of them are telling their like the fucking initiates or whatever they're called, whatever tier they're on. Tell people that you're making a lot of money so that they're willing to sign up, so that you will make a lot of money.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how
a
pyramid
scheme.
schemes work.
that's pyramid. Yep, that's exactly it. That sounds about right. Not brave enough to invest in Bitcoin. Hiya, Titan.
Sorry, I don't know. We're kind
I
of
live in
sort of
Missouri.
winding down.
Wait,
We didn't really have a thing.
do you pronounce your name Karaya? Is it Kara? Yeah, Karaya. Holly.
I think it's-
Holly.
I think it's Carrie Pretty sure that's it.
Karaya.
It's the Jedi way of pronouncing
She's
it.
in Springfield. She's in
Karaya.
Springfield. Springfield. I can't talk.
Somebody wants audiobooks
yeah.
written by or read by me. Aw, that's sweet. Maybe.
I've thought about doing some audiobooks on Amazon though, like doing the readings because I want an excuse to read books. So I've
Will
thought
they pay
about
you
it.
to do that?
Yeah, but I mean, some people's voices are apparently more soothing than others. Mine is not a soothing voice, so
I've had people tell me they like it when I read. So I did a couple lives where I just read books. And I don't know. I've had situations where people are like, would you read to my kids? And I'm like, you're what?
Oh,
So it's like there was a thing a while ago that I don't know. It's interesting concept. I'm like, I don't hear it, but okay. So if there's a way to get in on that, yeah, that'd be a nice way to make money. Shit.
Spiral Vermin. What kind of audiobook would you want Cap to read though? Like, should it be a religious
50
one?
Shades of
Should
Grey.
it be 50? No, because Gilbert Gottfried got that one covered. I am totally okay with that.
He just did the one clip of him reading the worst fucking quotes from that book.
My inner goddess.
Somebody
I'd forgotten all about that, but yeah, that was the thing that happened, and it was amazing.
Sorry.
I just saw a meme about 50 Shades of Grey that was like, if you're ever feeling bad about your artwork, just know that this book was published. Like, this book got published by a major publishing company, and it was like the worst metaphor for sex I've ever heard in my life. And I was like,
wow.
Okay. Like, hold on.
Wait, we need to become best friends.
Hey,
I don't
meeting
know
board.
you though. I mean, I'm willing to meet you, but like online first. Like, I don't know who you are.
Oh no. Okay, found it. And if I don't know that I want to read this. I think my TikTok would get taken down. Although maybe not, because it's fucking like.
Hi, Jim.
Can I mute myself on live? Can I do that? Fuck it. I'm reading it. I don't care. No balls.
Go.
You ready for this? You're not.
Oh God. I don't know. Hold on. Wait. Oh, I'm empty. Wait. No.
Everybody needs a drink. Hold on. Liquid courage. This is bad. That life most read. Ha ha ha. Nice. Sellers, yes or no on calls. Oh yeah. Well, fuck. What time that book said blushed? Yeah. Well.
What's going on down here? Yeah,
I was checking my live. I need this for what I'm about to read to you.
Okay. Well, I've got another one, so let's do it.
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Whiskey face. Oh no. All right. You ready? His pointer finger circled my puckered love cave. Are you ready for this? He mewled, smirking at me like a mother hamster about to eat her three-legged young. Next time you feel bad about your work, remember this shit got published.
I'm sorry.
Puckered what cave? Puckered what cave? Who the fuck who says that?
Who eats their three-legged young?
Cave. Hamsters, apparently.
Puckered love cave.
Why is this a
Okay,
rodent
that's
thing? Wait, is
annoying.
this like a furry thing? I don't know anything about furry things.
Fun fact, Max got a message on like Instagram or something, and the guy was like, I want to touch your love button or something. And it's like, are you 13? What the Love button. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna want to look it up, but I really, really don't want you to, because it's the worst thing ever.
Is it blue waffle?
No, God, no. I mean,
Ghosting?
no. It's not gonna be like that. No, not like that.
Okay.
No, it's a fan fiction thing. It's so stupid. When I was in college, we used to get drunk and then read fan fiction because nerds do that. If you haven't done that, it's a blast, by the way. It's great. But there was one that was called Sonic and like the three-headed dragon kill Hitler. And I can just tell you the name was amazing. So we had to read it. And by God, we were peeing each other. Like we all had to like take bathroom breaks because we were laughing so hard. It was so bad. I mean,
I hope you mean peeing ourselves and not peeing each other.
I'm laughing just thinking about it. No, we had to take pee breaks. Like we had to go to the bathroom.
Okay, I'm looking this up. So, Sonic kills a three-headed dragon.
The three-headed dragon.
And
Kill Hitler. I believe that's
Kill
what it's
Hitler.
called. I'm sure something along those lines. Hold on. I might even be able to Google it, honestly.
Wait, I'm
just double checking.
Let's kill Hitler. No, it's Sonic the Hedgehog World War II Dragon.
Yeah.
Sonic High School Story.
Yes! That's it.
A Sonic High School Story.
3,000. It's only 3,000 words.
I know, it's pretty short.
Oh dear God! Oh no!
The first sentence gets you.
Wow,
said Tails. We are at school. Tails, being the smartest, was right.
Let's just read the whole thing. Why not?
No, I'm gonna get another beer.
Tails and all of the else people in their class were in class at school, and it was history class. What?
Are we going
This
one
is class 3 times in the same sentence. Okay, here's your big project, said Mr. Learning. Mr. Learning.
Mr.
They did this shit on purpose.
They had you
We're all
back.
going to do a project about World War II. It is due on Monday when the weekend is over. It is really important and the biggest thing you will do.
It's okay.
If you fail this project, you will have to go to a different high school.
Xena got worried
Because
about me.
that's how projects work. Oh, your puppy.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have my dog?
I saw your
don't.
husky in the background somewhere.
Oh yeah, she's there. I know she's here. Which is your pretty puppy? You'll have to go to a different high school.
Wow. Oh no, said everyone in the class together at the same time in a surprised and scared way because they did not want that to happen. Mr. Learning was their teacher. That was a long sentence. Oh, and also you have to do this project with another person, said Mr. Learning to the class, his class. Sonic and Tails looked right at each other with the biggest eyeballs and did a strong high five. Not a weak high five, a strong high five.
Okay. I'll do Sonic's voice. I'll do Sonic, you do Tails.
This is
or
great.
vice versa, I don't care.
I'm loving this.
Well, you can narrate, but let's do characters.
I didn't.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Said Sonic to Tails. With you, I will never fail this project. We have avoided the conflict, and our destiny is sealed.
Okay. But I want to do something that is better than everyone else. You know how I am when it comes to school.
Screamed! No, you have to read that line again, but you have to yell. I'm kidding, you got kids.
You know how I am when
I do not regret this.
there was so much hubbub. There was so much hubbub in the classroom. It was like being in an ocean of little boys. Ooh, that is unfortunate.
That's not a good metaphor. I don't like that.
That's not a good look. That is not a good look. Looks like
Little
looks like
boys
Sonic
smell like salt and vinegar chips.
Oh my God. It gets better, I swear.
Sorry.
Oh, it's already better.
Okay,
Already-
shouted Sonic to Tails in that old Sonic way.
You know those.
That's right. Keep reading. Read, minions. Read.
Sonic and Tails got up out the classroom and went into the hallway, then into a different hallway, and then out of the school and went to Tails'
Okay,
Nails are just beautiful.
here is my idea, said Tails to Sonic, who was now in Tails' room. Cringe. Here is a time machine that I invented. We are going to use it to go back in time and stop World War II. Have you from ever happening so that we can so we the best grade ever. And everyone else fails because World War II will not have happened and they will be doing projects about fake things. Tail laughed in front.
Which head?
There's actually some logic there.
Just a little.
If I go back in time and alter history, all of my classmates' history projects will be inaccurate and they'll all fail. There's something there. There's something there. Credit where credit's due.
Oh man, said Sonic to Tails in a surprised way. That idea is so crazy. Wait, oh wow, Blaze the cat is in our class. That means she will fail.
Yes, said Tails to Sonic.
Hate that bitch, said Sonic to Tails. Let's do it.
Okay. What have you started?
I regret nothing.
Okay, so Tails, this is how the time machine works. We're gonna figure it out right here. I have to use the control thing here, says the guy who invented it, and you have to go into the time machine and go stop World War II.
That's how it works.
That's it, just like that. There's no. It's that easy, dude. It's that easy. Very straightforward process. I can talk to you and use the time machine on you from here, so don't worry if we mess things up big time because I can get you out. All right, so it's foolproof. No risk, no risk factor, minimal risk factor.
Oh, it just keeps getting better, guys. It just keeps getting better.
Where's the dragon? Okay, cool,
Wait.
said Sonic. Well, how do I stop World War II from happening? Said Sonic, making a face that was confused, like an ostrich at a new zoo looking for his food when all of the other ostriches leave to go eat, but he doesn't know where to go.
That was a really drawn out metaphor.
What a
That
very
was
specific simile.
that was so wow. Oh, yeah.
I'm dying.
Oh,
Well, obviously you have to kill Rudolf Hitler.
Rudolph.
Rudolf Hitler. Shit. Shout it out.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Rudolph Adolf with the glowing nose.
You have to kill Rudolf Hitler.
With your
It's not a
nose.
glowing nose. It's not a glowing nose. It's a glowing stash.
Oh,
Glowing stash.
Rudolph Hitler.
Adolf with your stash so
Won't you
bright.
guide my genocide tonight?
Fuck me.
Now get in the time machine. The time machine looked like a big gray thing with parts.
So descriptive.
It was big and gray and it had parts.
My dog's worried about me.
Sonic looked surprising, but Tails pushed him into the time machine, and Tails went to go push a bunch of buttons and screens and pull on things until Sonic was trapped in a little thing and a lot of smoke came out and lights flashed. Here we go, shouted Tails. I am sending you to before World War II.
Sonic felt like he was in a bathtub filled with yogurt.
I love that analogy.
He knew it. He popped out of the time machine and suddenly he was in Germany.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought that was a Sonic line.
Oh. You are in Germany, said Tails to Sonic with his time machine technology.
Oh, no. I don't know what to do. What am I doing? How do I kill Hitler? Shouted Sonic out loud to Tails. But it looks like Sonic shouldn't have done that because then the Nazis came for Sonic.
Nazis.
I love how he spells it
thinking
too.
about killing Hitler. Get him and put him in jail. Is it racist? Because I am German. Can I do that? Anyway, sorry.
Fine. Go for it.
The Nazi people came over.
The Nazi people. I love it.
The Nazis.
The Nazis.
They came over and grabbed Sonic on the arms. Hey, let go of me. Let go. Tails, the Nazis are taking me away. Help! Screamed Sonic like a wild ass and tried to break free out of the Nazis' grips. But even with all of his fast speed power, there were just too many Nazis and they kept Sonic from going anywhere. They carried Sonic through the street into the jail and put him into it. Tails, get me out of here! Cried Sonic in a way that sounded so scared. Not a little bit.
What? How did you mess up
ribs
so
hurt.
early? Exclamation point, not question mark here. Okay. I have to put you in another time zone for a while before I can bring you back to Germany. Here we go, said Tails with his speaker. Tails hit some buttons and did a variety of smart things, and then Sonic disappeared in a flash of light and appeared in ancient Egypt. You are in ancient Egypt now, Sonic. I am not. You're now in ancient Egypt. I am not. I am still at my house using the time machine. You are a burden sometimes.
Thanks for the specifics.
You had one job. Fucking go kill Hitler. Fucking drag.
Nat, I think you have to be King Tunt. You want to be King Tunt? You're
Okay,
you're
hold
getting
on.
away
Let
with
me,
not reading.
let me
We'll
pop
get there.
let me put King
Sonic
Tut.
was in
Yeah.
ancient
I'll be
Egypt
King Tut.
and
Hold on.
said, "You'll be King Tunt." It's not Tunt.
Yeah.
It's King Tunt.
Tunt. Yeah, I know.
Oh, for fuck's sake, my ribs hurt. Okay. All right. Sonic was in ancient Egypt and said, "Well, I guess I can just have fun here for a while I wait to go back to ancient Germany." Sonic saw a pyramid and went inside it, because that's in the quotes, by the way. I did that on purpose.
Pyramid.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. When Sonic went in there were so many things inside of it. There were paintings on the wall, not like paintings in frames, but things that people drew onto the walls. And also there was a big golden chair with a guy that looked like a king sitting in it. "Hey, I think I know you," said Sonic to the king. Sonic remembered seeing him somewhere before, and then he remembered where. In history class. "Yeah, you're King Tunt." Sonic was right. It was King Tunt, the ancient pharaoh from Egypt. Pharaoh, F-A-R-R-O-W. by the way.
Yeah, 'cause
I
they
think
call
it's
it
important to specify. It's a pharaoh. Okay. Pharaoh, not
I'm
pharaoh.
doing a voice. That's it. I'm doing a voice.
Do a
Deal with
voice.
it. "Who are you?" said King Tunt. King Tunt had a big gold hat on and some bracelets and a neck thing. And he looked at Sonic real hard and realized something. "Oh my god! I know who you are. You are Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog!"
No. Sonic winked and did a cool dance and said, "Yeah, I guess I am pretty popular. How'd you hear about me? Is it because I'm the fastest?"
King Tunt pointed at a picture on the wall. It was a big picture of a dragon with spikes coming out of the back of his head. "You are one of the legendary hedgehogs who can become a dragon using your cool powers."
What?
Okay, I guess we're halfway through this fanfiction and it just jumped the fucking shark, okay? Can we just...
Yeah, can we acknowledge this, right? Like,
so great.
This went way left field for no particular reason at all.
It's like not the time machine, not you have to leave Germany and go to Egypt. This moment right here, you're a dragon, Harry.
It's like
You're a dragon, Sonic.
It's like he was writing this with a pen, and then halfway through, he was like, I don't like the whole killing Hitler thing. Let's do something else, but I can't erase.
Just wait. It gets so much worse. It gets so much worse.
Oh, no.
Oh, don't read ahead. Don't read ahead. You'll ruin it.
I'm not. I'm with you. I am at what? A dragon, said Sonic to King Tunt.
Yeah, if you just try it, should happen. If you just try it, should happen.
Just try to be a dragon, dog.
If you just try, just do it.
Just try to be a dragon.
Said King Tunt, looking at Sonic weird. But maybe it's because someone in your family line of hedgehogs isn't cool enough. Every hedgehog in the family line has to be cool or awesome or an expert for it to work.
Wow. Well, it is not me, said Sonic, and put on a pair of sunglasses that he always kept in his back pocket in this story.
In this story, breaking that fourth wall.
Okay,
See, I am cool. Sonic smiled so big, using his teeth. Hold on, I'm going to do that line again. Wow. Well, it is not me, said Sonic, and put on a pair of sunglasses that he always kept in his back pocket in this story. Okay, sorry. I felt the need to do that. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Wait, did you do
He
the
smiled
Sonic
so
smile?
big using teeth. We talked about creepy teeth Sonic before they fixed him.
Yeah, we did. Wow, this kid's a prophet.
All right.
For fuck's sake.
Well, sorry. It looks like someone else in your family history is a loser. So you can't be a dragon now, said King Tunt to Sonic before calling his guards and pushing him out the door.
Sonic was now outside. Hey, Tails! Sonic to Tails. Can you look up my family history and figure out who isn't cool enough for me to be a dragon? I never knew I could become a dragon, but I think that's how we can defeat Hitleg.
Hitleg. Hitleg. Rudolph Hitleg.
Oh, fuck.
Tails typed fast, so fast, faster than the fastest car you can have ever seen or can ever think of. I have to read that again.
Oh, no.
That was the greatest conglomeration of words ever put together. Tails typed fast, so fast, faster than the fastest car you have ever seen or can ever think of. I don't know why I'm loving that so much.
It's such a great sentence.
Oh, it's such a great
Maybe we should make a t-shirt.
He's a fucking poet. That needs to be on a t-shirt. That needs to be a tattoo. That needs to be a tattoo. It's going to go on my knuckle somehow. I'm going to get it all on there.
I'm going to break my keyboard like that. I felt like you needed the vision.
Tails looked up Sonic's family history on the internet.
Two words.
And used compound word. And used his technology and devices to scan the information and found a thing. Hey, Sonic, I think I found the answer. I am going to send you to the person now. This person is also in World War II. Make them cool. I hope it is not Hitler.
Oh,
it's so much worse.
If this is going where I think this is going, this kid's actually going to be fucking genius.
for
It's not.
fuck's sake.
Not
It's gonna go way sideways.
Sonic also hoped it was not Hitler because then he would be related to him and would have to go to jail. Sonic disappeared from Egypt in a flash of light and flew through the time and the space back to Germany in World War II. He was now inside of a house. It was sad and gray looking, and it was raining. Okay, my family member must be in this house. Sonic went inside and looked around, but he did not find anyone. He looked in the... Oh no, I think I know where this is going. Oh, no.
I guess I get to be her now, right?
Oh no! Hold on. Okay, I'm trying not to read ahead. Where was I? Okay. He looked around, but he did not find anyone. He looked in the first room and the second room and even the third room. He looked in all the rooms he could find. What is this? A joke? I'm so pissed at this. I want to be a dragon, said Sonic out loud to himself, but outside of his head.
Important distinction to make.
Sonic out loud to himself, but outside of his head. Then he heard something.
I have so many questions.
Hello? Is someone down there? Said a voice coming from a floor above him.
Yeah, it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog. You might have heard of me, said Sonic, laughing and smiling, because he now knows he is famous enough to be known by King Tunt, who is in history books.
Oh, come up, said the voice, and it was a girl's. And then a flap came out of the ceiling, and stairs popped out of the hole in the ceiling, and Sonic went up them. Sonic went up there and saw a girl. She looked sad.
Hey, who are you? Said Sonic to the girl who was standing there.
I'm Anne Frank, said the girl. It was actually Anne Frank. I told you it got worse.
She was even in an attic. It's historically accurate.
Oh my god, I hurt.
This is the worst. I told you we had to make potty breaks.
I wish I was more drunk for this.
Take a shot.
I really wish I was more drunk for this.
Go take a shot.
Oh no! Oh my god, I hurt. Okay. Oh wow, I know who you are. I heard about you.
Really? Wow, says Anne Frank.
This is going to sound crazy, but I'm related to you. I'm here to help you. You are not cool enough, said Sonic.
Oh my god.
Sonic bounced up and down on the wooden floor, and it made creaky sounds. They were in an attic.
Oh god.
Oh
No.
Says Anne Frank. Now she looked even sadder. She was living here all by herself in this attic.
Yeah, no wonder you're not cool. You're living up here in an attic, said Sonic to Anne Frank.
Oh my Jesus.
Fuck you.
But I'm scared of the Nazis, said Anne Frank, almost ready to cry. She was so sad.
You have to face your fears, said Sonic to Anne. This is the worst advice ever.
I know.
Why don't you just go beat up the Nazis?
Said Sonic to Anne Frank. You cannot just hide up here in this attic all the time waiting for something good to happen. You have to go and do it yourself. Show the world who you really are. No.
Oh, this is the next level.
Wow. I get it
Oh
now,
no.
said Anne Frank. I am too busy being afraid of the Nazis. I need to face my fears and leave this attic. I am not just Anne Frank. Oh, shit. I am Anne Frank the Hedgehog.
The hedgehog.
And then she took off her headband and big hedgehog spikes came out of the back of her head.
This is art. This is a work of art.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's it. There are so many things that you can do if you are just not afraid. You can go to Applebee's and use teen social media and buy an Xbox and even have penis plus vagina sex like me and Amy. Winking. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh my god.
New T-shirt idea.
Penis
Hear me out.
vagina
We need Sonic. We can't do. It's got to be like. Oh my god! I don't want to get screwed by the.
Oh,
Sonic
what's my kink? Penis plus vagina sex.
Oh no!
okay.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna recover from this.
Oh
There's gonna be so many inside jokes from here on out. Okay.
no!
Wow. I did not know about this whole new world of possibilities. I'm gonna start right now by leaving this attic, said Anne Frank to Sonic. She took one step and then another, and then enough to get to the bottom of the stairs and begin standing on the floor. She glowed a whole lot and smiled and looked at Sonic. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that I should not be afraid of the Nazis. I am going to go to the mall, said Anne Frank.
The mall.
I don't think I'm drunk enough for either. With that, Sonic left the house and went outside and said, "Mission complete," to Tails from his technology gadget. It's you, Ricky.
Okay. How do I follow that?
Oh, it
Okay.
just gets better.
Now we have to get you to Hitler's castle. It is super defended.
I love that Hitler has a castle.
This kid played Wolfenstein, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Or Castlevania or something. It is super defended, so I can't get you into it just by the time machine. We have to get you in another way, said Tails to Sonic in a thinking way. Hitler was the president of Germany.
Fucking Mason's laughing. I can't deal with it.
So they had to be really careful and think of a good plan. Oh, maybe you can disguise as a pizza delivery man and then sneak into Hitler's room.
No, Tails, no. That will not work, said Sonic. You're forgetting pizza was not invented yet in World War II. This next line's the best line. It's the best line.
Damn fuck pizza, said Tails to Sonic.
Damn fuck pizza. That's a shirt.
That's a shirt.
So we got like 4 shirts.
Penis
now.
plus vagina sex and damn fuck pizza.
Okay, this is Sonic, sorry. I have another plan. Just get me to outside Hitler's castle and I will do the rest. Use the time machine now. They had to go back before World War II started because Anne Frank was during World War II and they wanted to stop World War II from happening, so they had to go back to before it happened.
Gotta get that detail in there.
Gotta make sense.
Gotta explain it. Gotta make sure it makes sense. Yep.
Sense.
Just so everybody's on the same page here.
Tails his buttons and Sonic just went out to a different time with a sound like whoop. Sonic appeared in front of Hitler's castle. It was big and dark gray and on top of a hill that went straight up, and it was full of rocks. There was basically no way to get to it. Okay, thanks, Tails. Here goes my plan. Sonic balled up into a ball.
As he does. As he does.
Holy shit. He rolled so fast that using friction and magnetics.
Oh, someone paid attention in science class.
Not how physics
Not
works.
really though, but
not how physics works. Just throwing that out.
some terms stuck. They remember some of the terms.
There's a few words.
There's some sciencey terms he remembers.
there's a collaborative reading of this fucking fanfiction on SoundCloud.
I'm sure it is, but now there's one on here too.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Go on.
Using friction and magnetics, he stuck to the hill as he rolled up it at a speed that had not been seen since, well, Sonic rolled his way to the top of the hill and over the castle wall and to the door of Hitler's castle. What? Oh, for
Still you.
fuck's sake.
It's still you.
All right.
We're reading a Sonic fan fiction that was written by
Someone.
a 12-year-old fucking genius. All right.
Dark
Yes.
Doom Firemaster. It was written by a guy named Dark Doom Firemaster.
Oh.
That's his
Okay.
name.
I'm definitely
I'm
going to
gonna
Google his
die.
name after this.
I'm going to die before this is over. I want to see what else this motherfucker has written.
This kid's a genius.
Okay.
I'm
I
really
got
glad
to
I
the
introduced
castle.
this to you.
This is fucked, man. What? All right, sorry. Okay. My brain skipped ahead briefly. Sorry. Okay. I got to the castle, said Sonic to Tails, and then he saw what he was afraid of. Sonic saw a bunch of Nazi guards coming right at him because he was
Another
invading.
spelling of Nazi. Yeah. That's the third
Ah!
different spelling of Nazi.
Oh no! Screamed Sonic. Screamed. He backed up against the door to Hitler's castle, and all of the Nazis ran right at him. They were so big and scary, and Sonic did not know what to do. They were coming right at him with the biggest and most dangerous weapons money could buy without breaking the bank.
Without breaking the bank. It's like this was an assignment that like you had to have a bunch of analogies in and
Yeah.
have a few idioms part of it.
These weapons were quality, but also affordable.
No
Quality,
diamond
affordable
crusted
weapons.
handguards for these fucking Nazis.
Oh my god.
Sonic just closed his eyes and almost cried as the Nazis ran at him while he was up against the door, and almost like he did not know what he was doing. He jumped up at the last moment when the Nazis, why am I fucking it up now? Don't do drugs, kids. Alcohol is a drug, but
Don't do
whoever did this
alcohol,
is on
read
crack
fanfiction.
cocaine.
This brings me back to college.
When the Nazis were running at him, he avoided all of them, but they ran into the door, knocking it down. They all fell into a pile and went unconscious.
Convenient.
Wow, it is the miracle of life, said Sonic.
No, it's not. That's not the right term for that.
Oh no, we can't read that line. Oh no, who wants to be Hitler?
I will.
Oh, let me be Hitler. You already have two characters.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah,
I'm not
you
getting to read
you
very
be
much.
Hitler. Yeah, fuck yeah. Deadpool
So
be Hitler.
let Deadpool be
I've been
Hitler.
called
and
Hitler like
you can
4
be
times in
Tails
the
for
past
the rest
few
of the fucking thing. Is that
Okay,
cool?
yeah, we'll swap. That's cool.
Woo.
I'm excited now.
He was safe and finally able to get inside Hitler's castle. Sonic walked over the lumpy bodies of those idiot Nazis and followed the red carpet all the way to Hitler's room. The castle was really scary inside. It was dark gray, and there were red carpets with gold parts, and there was even lava.
I love it. Fucking love
Of course there's lava. Of course there's lava.
Bad guy.
There were candles that were lit on fire in the hallways. Always. Hallways. Sonic ran down to the end to a big doors and opened them. The doors busted open, and Sonic saw Hitler standing behind his desk. I'm here to stop you, idiot ass. Sonic ran into the room and at Hitler, but Hitler stopped him.
Oh.
Have fun.
Who do you think you are? I am Hitler, King of the Jews. King of the Jews.
That's not who Hitler. Let's clarify. Hitler was absolutely not King of the Jews.
King of the Jews. No, he was a
Hitler
bad king.
basically the opposite
He was
of
a bad
King
king.
of the Jews.
He was not kind to his subjects. I am Hitler, king of the Jews, and I am going to destroy the world, said Hitler. Hitler looked like you would think he would.
Wait. Can we make that one a t-shirt but be like, Jesus looked like you would think he would?
Like you think he would.
We'd have to put that picture of how Jesus actually looked behind it.
Hitler laughed and took out a sword made of fire. Prepare to meet you dead. You heard that right.
Yep.
I think it's you now, Sonic.
I was posting the link in the chat because Nicole was asking for it. Hitler ran at Sonic with his fire sword, and Sonic almost thought, oh no, I am going to die right here. But then he did not. Sonic jumped over his sword and said, nice try, Hitler. But you are messing with the wrong hedgehog. Or should I say, dragon? Sonic put his elbows out like he was ready to do the chicken dance. But instead, he started to glow, and light went to him, and big beams of light came out too, and made a loud sound. Like a whoop!
No, this can't be. The legends are true, screamed Hitler, trying to...
Say it! Say it!
Say it, damn it! We've been saying
I know what I
all
have
the
to
other
do,
ones.
but I don't know if I have the strength.
Oh, God. So sorry.
This can't be true. The legends are true, screamed Hitler, trying to beat off Sonic with his fire sword.
Ow.
Number one on my list of sentences I never thought I would come out of my mouth. Hitler trying to beat off Sonic with his fire sword.
I'm gonna fucking die!
Oh.
Holy shit! Ow!
This kid's a fucking poet. God damn.
Not how I saw tonight going, like at all. Like, this is not how I imagined our podcast.
This is the greatest possible ending to this podcast.
I think so.
We're almost there.
We're so
Y'all
close.
stuck
Almost
with
there.
this long. We're almost there.
We're so close. To the
Sonic kept glowing and his shape changed into a huge, big blue dragon with green eyes. He was so big that he broke through the walls and ceiling of Hitler's bedroom. Said Sonic. And he breathed fire into the sky. Oh, my head is killing me. Oh my god. Sonic used his big dragon claws and slashed at little tiny baby Hitler, who was looking so scared using his fire sword now. The wind was blowing. Then Sonic decided enough was enough and grabbed Hitler in his claws and flew out away from Germany to Hawaii and dropped him into a volcano.
It's a long flight.
Oh, man.
Oh no. So long, Hitler! Shouted Sonic as he snapped a picture and flew away from the volcano and back to Germany.
He took a picture. It's fucked up.
Sonic got
take a
back
picture?
to Germany. I don't know. He had to for the project.
Yeah, I just had a
How is
camera
he
the
supposed
whole
That tracks.
time.
That tracks.
Oh no. Okay. Sonic got back to Germany and glowed and then turned back into a hedgehog. There! Hitler is dead, so World War II can never happen, said Sonic to Tails through the technology.
Am I still doing Tails now?
I was doing Tails.
I think,
Well,
okay, yeah,
we were
no,
like,
it's
'cause
fine.
Hitler.
Yeah,
you
because
could
he
be
got
Mr.
to do
Learning.
trailer.
My character's dead. So
Okay.
You
Well,
could be Miss.
no, you can read Tails.
Well
Sick,
then,
whatever you
Ricky,
want.
you be Mr. Learning.
Yeah,
I'll be
Mr.
Mr.
Learning. Although I'll let you know that he gets a name change halfway through this.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Jesus Christ.
He couldn't keep up with the same name. Okay, where was okay?
Oh, sorry, it's me.
Okay.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's you. It is Tails.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Go.
Wow, cool. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. We will be able to use your dragon powers to get our way all the time, said Tails to Sonic, almost crying with amazed feelings.
Sonic looked at himself and said, "Yeah, it was cool, wasn't it? Okay, take me back to normal time now. I want to go home."
Tails handled his device to Sonic, came back to Tails' room in a flash of light. Okay, give me that camera, screamed Tails to Sonic.
Wow. Control yourself, said Sonic to Tails.
Sorry, says Tails. I'm exited. Tails grabbed the camera and printed out the picture of Hitler being eaten up by the volcano. Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah. Then they ran to school, even though it was like 8 o'clock, and broke in and ran to their history classroom. Mr. Learning, here's our project, said Tails as he handed the picture to Mr. Learning.
Mr. Learning touched his glasses and looked at the picture and said, "Oh my God, this is Hitler dying." You stopped World War II from happening. Wow.
You ready, Mason?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We sure did.
That was not together at the same time to save time at all.
You're gonna try that again?
Sure. All right. So 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. 3, 2.
Yep.
Yep. We sure did.
I don't know. There's a delay. We can't. We tried.
Go. It's fine. You go.
Said Sonic and Tails together at the same time to save time. They laughed and high-fived, like at the beginning of the story.
Big high five.
Here we go.
Oh, that's it. You get the biggest A ever. The project is over and you get an A for the whole class. No one else does, said Mr. Teaching.
So it goes from Mr. Learning to Mr. Teaching.
Mr. Teaching. It's not Mr. Learning now, it's Mr. Teaching.
That's a good point. If he was learning before he wasn't teaching.
That's true.
Yeah, said Sonic.
Woohoo! Sad Tails.
Sonic and Tails hugged, and Mr. Learning was so proud, and they went home. Merry Christmas.
Author's note. Merry Christmas.
But I just thought Merry Christmas was funnier.
There's no R.
Oh my
it's Merry
God.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Okay.
I physically hurt from reading that.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Oh my
I don't know if I
God.
can pick a favorite part.
I
don't
really like the damn fuck pizza.
Damn.
That was great. Damn.
I'd say penis plus vagina sex like me and Amy do.
That was great too.
That's
Beating off Sonic with a fire sword was pretty great.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. That's a good one too.
I don't regret it, but I am sorry. I just kind of put that on you suddenly.
Oh my God.
It was a bedtime story.
Yeah, sure, okay. It was bedtime
Damn
story.
fuck pizza.
Damn.
Nah.
Fuck.
Titan says nah. Anne Frank was the best.
Oh, and Frank.
I'm gonna go to the mall.
She took off her headband and big hedgehog spikes came out the back of her head.
I like King Tunt. The term Tunt is great.
You're not cool, Anne Frank. You're in an attic.
Yeah, go. Don't
That
be
part,
scared.
it literally said in an attic like 3 times in the span of 2 lines. It was like they were in an attic. She was living here all by herself in this attic. No wonder you're not cool. You're living up here in an attic.
It started to sound like a Dr. Seuss, for a second there.
Oh
So you have to
no!
remember, I swear I read this my freshman year of college, which means that this was at least 8 years ago. That this was, and it had to have been a few years
from
old. At that
2012.
minute. It was written in 2012.
December
Okay, then
22nd,
yeah.
2012.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I was like, I don't know the exact date it was written. So yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so he has 3. He's got that.
No.
He has Sonic the
does.
Hedgehog, the movie, a Sonic high school story, which, so what we just read was a little over 3,000 words, right?
Mhm.
That one had 3 chapters and 5,000 words. And the first thing he did, which was last updated in August of 2012, is Sonic High School, and there are 36,000 words to that.
Oh my god.
He made this bitch into a thesis. Oh man.
Oh, Titan says he can't wait for Sonic the Hedgehog World War II Dragon, a Sonic high school story, the musical.
The musical.
The
Oh, this
musical.
would make a brilliant musical. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Oh
We need to find the author and get him on the show, says
Oh my-
Dustin.
no. Okay.
We need to do some
Okay,
sleuthing.
I'm going to read the very first line of Sonic High
Yeah.
School. I don't want anything else. I'm not
Okay.
getting into that because that would take us literally days.
On ice.
Sonic woke up and looked at the clock. 7 o'clock, it said, and Sonic screamed. His writing never got any better. He wrote 50,000 words, and they never improved.
I love it. I love it so much. So,
Oh my
you
god!
understand why I had to tell you about this, right? Like,
So do you know what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is?
yes,
Oh, yes.
absolutely.
There's a version of that somebody did. I'd have to ask my brothers what it is, but it was essentially Mystery Science Theater for fan fiction. They would have the words, and then they would interject with lines of colored text, and that was their commentary, and it was
I love it.
fucking hilarious.
So great.
Did you just read from the sequel?
No,
Yeah.
the prequel.
Okay.
Wait,
what we
there's
just
a
read
sequel
was-
and a prequel?
What we just read was a Sonic High School story, and it was after the Sonic High School, which is 25 chapters and almost 40,000 words.
Oh my
So
god.
2 years ago, he wrote a sequel.
Oh, that
What?
recently?
It's on Reddit.
No shit.
Yeah, May of 2019, same account. He did nothing for 7 years and then came back.
Yeah.
He came back and saw how many people have read it. That's the thing.
He said, author's note, wow, did you think I was gone? I'm not. I hope you enjoyed this story. Oh my God. So I read the first line of the first story to you. This one reads, Sonic woke up and looked at the clock. 7 o'clock, said the clock. Sonic closed his eyes and fell back asleep.
So
Wow.
he got no
He
better.
got worse.
He made no progress in 7 years.
So I understand that this was supposed to be a high school story. I have this weird feeling that he was like in 5th grade when he wrote it initially, 6th grade maybe.
Oh, no.
And so he's like just entering college age, if that's the case.
Dude.
That's fucking ridiculous. Where is the? Oh, it's right here. I'm gonna ask them what it was and see if somebody's awake enough to respond in the next 5
Dustin,
minutes.
put it on TikTok. Do it, Dustin. Put it on TikTok. We got to find the author. Let the internet do its thing. We've got to find him. And might I request, if we do find him, I'd like to be brought on to the show as well, because I
absolutely.
gotta meet him. Because I've known about this story since 2012, like when it came out, which is nuts. But that's what happens when a bunch of idiots in college decide to get drunk and read fan fictions, and this one popped up. Tonight's
fucking
episode was
ridiculous.
brought to you by Cider Boys, a Wisconsin brand.
Oh man. The good news is I'm supposed to go live for 3 hours a week, and we did that in one night. So
Hey, I'm glad I could help.
Oh man. Oh.
I'm so sad that you guys do this Q&A thing on Thursday nights because that's when I do the D&D stuff. Because I would love to be, I'd love to jump on every now and then and just fuck with you.
No. You could do both.
Oh,
You could interact in our comments when it's not your turn.
That's fair. But yeah.
No, I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna have to. Oh, well, Wes is on the thing. Sorry, I'm trying to find it, but like looking up Mystery Science Theater 3000, but for fan fiction, is instead pulling up fan fiction of Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is really fucking weird that exists. Like, why would you? So I don't.
Is it erotic fan fiction?
I was gonna say because erotic fan fiction is a thing, and we tried to avoid. Like that was the one thing we tried to avoid when we were drunk. We were like, we're not gonna do erotic fan fiction. We're gonna just do fan fiction. See how G-rated we can get, and that's how this popped up. Because the worst thing was penis plus vagina sex.
Oh no, I found it. Okay, so it's called an MST-ing for all seasons, a misting for all seasons, and that's what it's called, is Misters, MSTERs. So it's Scott Zoogs Jameson, and the thing in particular that I was thinking of was it's called Sailor Trigger, and it's a Sailor Moon Chrono Trigger like slash fic, and they just cut it the hell up, and it's fucking great. Like them making fun of it, I should say, not it itself. What's up?
Jesus Unfollower popped in with a I like big Bibles and I cannot lie.
Hi.
Okay, all right. Sorry. That shit was really fucking funny.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, good. I do need to get to bed though.
I was saying we probably should end there.
Yeah.
You got anything going on? You're on Jeff's podcast on Sunday. You got any other?
Yeah.
You said y'all are working on merch.
I'm gonna be a DM on a new campaign setup, and I'm looking for players. So if there's anybody that's interested, hit me up. I'm on TikTok, Natty Nat. All one word, no extra numbers or letters. But I'm gonna try being a DM for the first time, so that's kind of the goal. And we'll see where it goes from there.
All
right. Let me know if you need another player. I haven't gotten to use Zaratha since my last campaign fell apart, and I only got to like level 2 or 3, and I kind of want to do that. So yeah, she's a warlock. So if you got room for spellcaster, I'm only DMing the one game on Wednesdays. I'm down to play any night.
The idea was Dustin's helping me set this up, and we're going to see if we can get some other people in besides just our 2 campaigns so that we can intermingle within the same world. So that we can.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to try and overlap. You get it? No, but you're the DM, so that means you could be a character. I'm not opposed to it. I'm absolutely not opposed to it. Like, we can count you in. I already have one person I have as an idea to jump in. Dustin's friend Matt is definitely going to be in it. So we'll see what's going on there.
Matt.
No worries.
Sweet.
All right. Yeah. Well, it was great having you on.
Thanks for just doing it randomly.
Yeah. Well, we did this last time. Jeff jumped in last week, as a matter of fact, didn't he? So that's kind of funny that worked out that way. Got any final words of wisdom, Ricky?
No. my creative.
Don't be an uncool hedgehog.
I do not feel creative anymore. I do not feel like an artist. I'm not even gonna try anymore. Like I will never attain that level of whatever that was.
That felt like the shit where they put a bunch of words, or they make a fucking robot read a bunch of scripts and then have it churn one out. That's what that felt like.
Yeah, like a Google algorithm or like word search algorithm or something.
I've broken Dadpool. I apologize.
I'll be back tomorrow, but
I will
All
warn
right.
you. I just know that every time I'm on, there's a solid chance I'm going to break you of something. That's just the chaotic person I am.
I like it.
Okay. All right.
Remember when you said, let's
Well,
get weird? This is us getting weird, Dadpool. This is us getting
We
weird.
got weird. You fulfilled your promise. That is can never take that from you. No one can. All right. So thanks, guys. This has been fun. Hopefully, we'll be able to do something similar, at least something as similarly as entertaining. But yeah, to those who came strictly for a Q&A and didn't get what they wanted at all, but still stuck around, you the real MVP. Thank you, guys. We'll try to answer more questions next time.
Well, we lost our guest for Sunday, so it might just be me and you, and we can pick a topic and then go off on that, or I don't know, but we'll figure it out, and we'll see everybody on Sunday.
If Jeff's show doesn't run too long, I'll jump back on.
That's cool.
We can see.
All right.
See how it goes.
Bye.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.